Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Hailing frequencies are open. It is clear skies time. Welcome back to everybody. This is our Star Trek Adventures campaign with all my good friends here. How
We're
y'all
the
doing?
friends. Woo.
Yeah.
That's us.
Good to see you, Oxford. Good to see everybody. That is indeed us. Great stuff coming to you tonight. We got to start a little bit late tonight, but we have a few things we're going to get out of the way before we jump into tonight's episode because Ox Crew has been sending us stuff.
Boy, have they.
Boy. Our P.O. Box guys are going, what is going on?
Yeah.
So
we had to
we're just going to
explain.
jump right into this stuff. Let me make sure.
What you did to that tag?
I know.
I think this is for a certain lieutenant.
What is this?
Is this for a certain lieutenant?
Yes, it is.
No!
Yes.
What is this?
There's
Open it quickly.
Open it quickly?
Now!
Before he can't breathe.
Oh wow! Look at this! Look at this art. Let me put this here. From who's this from?
Thesser.
Thesser. It's from Thess.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on! Come on!
Why are you doing this to me?
Rave loses their shit.
I'm
Yeah.
the one who said
This is not the suspense we were looking
Oh my god! Look at his little collar! His new eyes! His
You might be careful.
Careful, it's fragile.
Just maybe catch like
Here,
a bird
here,
and
make
catch
it-
on the other end.
Unwrap it like a birth it.
She's like, I'm not gonna unwrap that. He's in a
It has a
blanket.
flap. It has a fourth flap.
Oh, he's got a bit.
Is it
Keep going. I'm just gonna have a
Okay.
moment.
Would you like to read that for me, Bonnie, while I go for the other packages? We'll make this a crew effort.
Yes, okay. I'll just do it quickly since we don't have a lot of time.
Yep.
To Lieutenant Jane Lecat. I found R. Well done engineering while I was doing replicator maintenance. Took a bit to coax him out, but he seems to be fine. He got rather upset at me for hiding him in a box so I could smuggle him out past Master Chief Lindatus. That's what I said. Fortunately, I had some work gloves on. I hope R will eventually forgive the indignity. Does he have a favorite treat? I could work some magic with replicators for him. Clear skies.
It's the inside of Tex Warp Core.
And look, there's a little picture of them holding hands.
Oh my god, thank you so much. Holy shit. I'm like, I wish I could this is gonna sound so creepy.
Rave really did not know
but
what
I
she was
wish I
getting
could
into.
hang this to my ceiling so I could look at it every night before.
Please
It's
don't
a
do
little
that.
morbid,
creepy.
right?
It's creepy. That's creepy.
Or a mobile.
there? The crib thing, like I said.
I'm gonna have to
attached to your wall
One of
so
those
that it looks like it's crawling up.
I'm gonna have to distribute these.
That would freak me out at night. I'd open my eyes and there'd suddenly be some furry thing crawling on my wall. Nope.
That's Jane's every day with Orwell.
So our next thing is this comes from Patrick Kenny. Sent us a bunch of dice.
Yeah, I like dice.
So I'm gonna have to distribute these, but it looks like there's a note for every single one of us.
Oh.
And there is a different set of dice, and from the feel of it, they're all metal.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Just a note
it
to
looks like a big one.
to the Clear Skies moderators of Discord. We can see the fan workshop, the fan workshop thing. You might want to make it so that we can't. I'm just saying we can see it.
You don't find out unless you try.
Wait,
I'm just trying to help the mods out because that's my job.
Oh my god,
Look at it!
Oh, this is almost exactly
It's so long!
this is a meter long. I don't care if this is how long a meter is. This is officially what a meter is.
How many stripes are
one
there?
Orwell.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5, obviously. I count 5.
I mean, in that zebra kind of way.
Patrick, thank you so much for these dice. Thank you. I am super excited about these dice. These feel amazing.
What do they look like?
Well, there's one for
They're
each-
color coded for
They're
each
color
of
coordinated
us.
for each person. It looks like they're color coordinated for the departments.
Gold white.
I'm sorry, we could see it.
There's gold white here.
There's gold and white, that one's for
assuming that
me.
one's for Aki.
Yeah, do you
I know what they are
distribute
all for. I'm so sorry.
these? Yeah, let's divide this up. And
Gold
then
red
I'll move to our
would
next
be
one.
in that direction.
I'm sorry, I
red.
can't read your lips.
Keep moving.
Silver black red.
Silver Black Red. Also a great band name.
Silver, black, red.
Silver Black
Silver
Red.
Tiffany blue. I'm assuming is one of ours.
You.
Okay, I was told this one was coming.
Inferno. Copper teal. Oh, I'm very confused.
Teal.
One is the other.
Teal.
9! Thank you.
We'll see. Once we see
Yeah,
what
once
they
we
look
open
like.
up and see.
I mean,
Okay.
I
It worked.
Why are you guys not more surprised?
Like I said, I cheated. I know whose belongs to everyone.
This is awesome.
Is this one for me?
I can check really fast, unless the mods have already kept me
Interesting.
They're really cool.
Oh no, these are the most
Yeah, because you have yellow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's perfect.
Look. Heck yeah.
Okay, so the red and gold are for the captain. The silver and black, the silver, black, and red are for Exio.
That's me.
You did it.
The kind of more babyish blue are for you.
Oh, great.
And the teal ones are for you.
Yes, teal. Yeah.
Wait.
I'm very
Right.
These are for you, and then
Yay.
these are for me. So
We
everybody
did it
got
right.
this.
We did it.
Sweet.
But yes.
Thank
I'm
you.
I'm like a psychic.
So I guess it's the one upside for us being able to actually see that.
Thank
still.
you.
That's my name.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is insane.
I didn't know that I was going to see that, and then when I went in there and I saw it, I was like, well, fuck.
I feel like this is Christmas.
Yeah.
It's Christmas.
I feel like we've all lost our shit today.
I remember this package on Twitter.
Yeah.
No,
See, this one I don't know
like
anything
opening
about.
presents. What does it have to do with Christmas?
It's Hanukkah.
October somehow managed to find
October.
the worst song on my playlist.
I bet this is fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Happy Life Day, everyone.
Oh yeah.
Everyone listening to the podcast version of this show
We are
tonight,
so
we
sorry.
apologize.
Oh.
Everyone ignore everything right now. Sorry.
I mean, if you turn it down to a certain level, yes.
Oh my god!
Considering
It's
how cold
perfect
it
'cause
is
it's
right now in
cold.
LA,
Yes!
thank you. It is
Yes!
freezing.
Yes!
Yay!
Done.
This is beautiful.
Yes!
It's not the,
It's happening.
it's the mandatory holiday episode now.
Eric!
Oh, he is awesome!
You're Wesley Crusher.
That's so good.
Except we would never tell you to shut up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they have little charms on the end of them.
Oh.
Tassels, there's
I
charms.
didn't even notice that.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
It's from
I have a music note.
Hops. I have a lightning bolt for Hops and a little bird for Lark.
Oh my gosh.
And a
I've got a vampire on.
Jenny and for
I have
oh my gosh.
Sam.
Empty kiss.
They put a compass on mine for Will.
Oh.
This is
No,
awesome.
for stellar cartography.
That.
And maybe
I have
also that.
discipline for root.
Well, I have integrity.
Pineapple for pineapple juice.
So good. Thank you.
I'm
If
so happy right now.
this is for Dot, thank you.
How,
If this is
like,
for Will,
well
also
thought
thank you.
out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know, we're all just like, oh.
I know we're supposed to continue.
Are we gonna play a game
We've
tonight?
actually got a
No,
game
not.
to play tonight, but I'm kind
No,
of
this
speechless.
is it now.
petting all the
Thank you so much for
soft
watching this,
things.
guys.
So can we have
You get a moth?
there's a moth. There's I'm assuming either Jenny or Rococo. And
Go either way.
and also
Much
Flynn.
like
I got my lieutenant
We
pin.
got the anchor
Nice.
from my ship.
I got an arrow for Liz.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm just saying, chief petting officer.
Ah.
These charms
No.
are so
I'm going to
lovely.
reward myself one threat.
No.
Cute.
I am going to remove
no,
My mic. I had to deal with that.
These are so
October,
lovely. Thank
these are
you.
amazing. I see your letter here. Because we've taken up so much time at the top, I'm going to have to read this, but it's addressed to the stream pugs, which is us, by the
Us,
way.
that's
That's
us.
us.
I forgot to take out the stabby boy.
I will say that October calls you the RP lurker.
Oh yeah.
Rave,
You got
RP
called out.
lurker.
But you don't lurk.
Our nap enforcer, the newest punk. I'll read yours. It says, and Rave, our RP lurker and nap enforcer, the newest punk. Hello, it's such a delight to meet you. Your boundless enthusiasm, your love for character and creativity, the feels crime of a playlist. What a wonderful chaos and light you have brought. What else will you give? I can't wait to find out.
Aww.
Love you, Ray.
Is that a program? Should I fix that?
I feel like you broke her.
It was time to break Rave.
Yeah.
So we'll read this afterwards, but which will be fun because we'll just be breaking Rave again. And we've got a bunch of notes here from Patrick
Thank you.
for all these wonderful dice. You guys, thank you so much.
This is amazing.
These are
I'm gonna
incredible.
open mine up.
Cannot. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my D20
All
out.
set
so I
up
can
here.
roll it.
I guess we should get to any announcements we have tonight.
There are a few.
Flabbergasted. by
Thank
our
you,
Ox crew.
Discord RP, for keeping like keep on keeping on rolling. Great taco party.
By the way,
Great, yes.
The League of Whimsy RP has hit 11,000
Whoa.
messages, RP messages.
Which is wild. That's
so
content y'all are
many.
generating, and that's the sign of a healthy fandom. And like, y'all, and just like mods, thank you for even doing. Yes, they're pips. I saw those. I know. See why I was losing my shit.
All right, that part together. We're gonna pause for a quick moment, and Aki's gonna make an announcement. Aki, make an announcement.
Yeah.
Aki's got an announcement.
So today, it was announced that I am writing an RPG book for Altered Carbon with Hunters Entertainment. And because of all of you, $50,000 stretch goal was unlocked. So I have to finish that book. I'm so excited.
Where should they go find out more?
Please, yes, go to Hunters Entertainment. That's Hunters_ent on Twitter for more information about the Kickstarter. And then also my Twitter, Mixed Genie in a Bottle. You can find the link there as well. But seriously, I'm so excited. I can't wait for you guys to see what I've been building for you. It's lots of lore and fun new NPCs. And in the country I love pretty much more than any other place on the planet, except for this place. So yes, thank you so much.
Nice.
Piggybacking off of that real quick.
What's that?
Piggybacking off that real quick, on Wednesday,
Sure, we just unlocked.
we're doing, well, that's a different one.
Oh, it's
we're
different?
doing the
Okay.
run of the Alter Carbon system over on Hyper RPG.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I saw that advertised. That's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome. What time is that on Wednesday?
I think 7, but don't trust me.
Never do.
On Hyper RPG, but it's me, Yoshi Sudarso, Vivka, and then Trisha Hirschberger.
I'll raid you guys.
Yeah,
That's a
I'll
team right there.
I'll raid you guys.
Yeah. Woo.
So also, just so you guys know, the Altered Carbon RPG, that's our boy Ivan.
Yeah.
That's extended family, and you're gonna see Erika Ishii is on the cover.
Yes.
Yes.
Looking badass.
gorgeous.
Liz
looks
Forkin
amazing.
is also in some of the character
Yeah,
art.
She's modeled.
And Vince and Leo,
Yeah.
like you can see a lot of people that
So
are
you can see
familiar.
extended family.
People
Aw.
modeled for it.
And then coming up this Friday,
On Friday, the Library Bards D&D music video will be released. You'll see a lot of people sitting at this table in the video.
We will not be sitting at the table in this video.
No.
Lies and mendacity and lies. You slam
We'll be
for
sitting
that.
at a different table.
different table.
You'll see
There's
some special
a good
cameos.
shot of all of you that is my favorite shot at one point or another in the video.
And so keep a lookout on that. And if you're a patron of On our Patreon, you'll be seeing it sooner.
Ooh.
What?
What's the Library Bards Patreon?
It's patreon.com/librarybards. Hey.
Excellent. Any other announcements?
Yes.
Eric?
I have a discount code for everybody. Yes.
For Star Trek Online?
For not Star Trek
Oh.
Online.
'Cause I was about to write it down.
For Star Trek Adventures.
Oh!
The Gamma Quadrant source book has come out.
Oh,
and
we need these.
I'm so happy for it.
it's good. It's good.
Is it what did it? Never mind.
Yeah. So the Gamma Quadrant source book, as you all who have been following Star Trek Adventures, has been released, and Modifius has given me a 10% off discount code for the core book, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't actually have the, it looks like this is I would say this is a discount code you can apply to their website if you order off their site, but the discount code is Clear Skies.
Oh, one word?
All one word. Clear Skies.
C-L...
No, K.
Okay.
QSXFG.
LBY.
Clear Skies.
Thank you so much for translating that ridiculousness for us in chat mods.
So definitely, give it a look. It's up on PDF. You're gonna be able to grab that. You can also use that discount code for a physical copy as well. So check that out on Modifius's website, their online store. Yeah. And that's the only announcement I have this evening. Yes.
I am excited.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I feel good about that. Does everybody else feel good about this?
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Clear Skies. Welcome back. Yes, so we're going to go ahead and jump into tonight's episode. As we are, if there was a delay on after the intro, it's because I've been given control. So
He's the captain now.
there will be technical difficulties.
I'd like to see him fight Sam.
There will be. So
That's against terms of service. Much too much gore.
So we actually left off at a pretty interesting place the last game. The USS Ross has officially embarked on her journey towards the Shackleton Expanse. Not a short hop, to say the least. Over a month of travel at Warp 7 just to get to Starbase 24. And from Starbase 24, it's another month's travel at Warp 7 across Klingon space until you finally reach that slip of Federation territory that's waiting for you on the other side. And there is more than just Narendra Station out in the borders of the Shackleton Expanse. But Narendra is quite remote. And after a month's worth of travel waiting for you on the other side of Klingon space, y'all have been given plenty of time to start learning the ins and outs of the USS Ross, this new ship to call home. You've already had a bit of an interesting episode in that not 2 weeks out of space dock, the Ross's engine core was almost lost to a biological life form of some kind, sort of an antimatter parasite that latched itself onto the interior of the warp core. Thankfully, because of the very creative actions of the engineering crew and the holographic first officer who actually stuck her nose inside of a warp core.
More than her nose.
A lot more than this.
Yeah,
I know you
whole
could do
damn body.
Me either, truly.
Was able to ascertain what the life form was, rescue it, and get it off the ship before any permanent damage was done to the warp core system on the USS Ross.
Or myself.
Or yourself. Yes, there was a bit of a touch and go moment there. Thankfully, the repairs done on your hollow ring have actually been quite easy to enact. It's fully functional once again. It has once again illustrated to you, Exio. The ring is not fragile. It is not by any stretch of the imagination, but in a hostile environment like that, you've started to learn exactly where the limitations are.
My limit does not exist, sir.
Your ring, on the other hand.
The ring, on the other hand.
I knew it should have taken that value.
The other thing that's waiting for you at Starbase 24, aside from taking on the last of the equipment and the last of the crew that's waiting for you, is the last of your the Cetacean ops is going to be transported on board. And you are all anticipating that. It's been the first time that a Cetacean deck has actually been on a Galaxy-class starship for some time. Particularly thanks to the Dominion War, a lot of this was omitted from the construction of Galaxy-class to make room for more combative systems. For example, a blade of armor, and so on. The journey to Starbase 24. I'm going to go ahead and read your intro for tonight's game. A month's worth of travel through space, the crew of the USS Ross has begun to find its routine. Not just in the day-to-day duty shifts, but in general, seeing familiar faces during familiar times. Off-duty, specifically. The promenade has become a place of relaxation and socialization. Here, the space available and the beautiful scene of the star trails racing overhead gives the Ross a feeling of wonderment, which is the desired result for a ship with such a strong diplomatic profile. Systems have been put through their paces, equipment has been installed, apart from a few minor issues, the Ross is functioning at maximum efficiency. The pressures of extended travel across interstellar space remain a challenge for any crew. But the newness of the Ross, her spaces, her tin forward, her observation deck, her research laboratories, the expansive shuttle bay, her 6 holodecks, and the sizable arboretum have given the Ox crew an energy, an excitement. The USS Ross has finally begun to become home. And the journey has not even yet truly begun. We begin tonight's episode on the bridge of the USS Ross just as Alpha Shift is beginning. Turbolift doors open as crew members are stepping onto the bridge. Standing up from the center chair, waiting for you as you arrive, Captain, is Exio. with duty reports and information as to what happened during the night shifts.
Everything's A-okay.
All right, scoot over one and tell me about it.
Crew takes the positions. Everyone takes their positions on the ship as they relieve the Ox crew from their tasks. As the moment he sits down, Vryn does some quick calculations and says, 4 hours, 7 minutes to arrival at Starbase 24, Captain.
Oh, thank you, Lieutenant. Is that? He's excited for a little bit of shore leave.
Oh, geez. We got a lot to do, Captain. I actually wanted to request permission for Lieutenant Lecat and actually the Ambassador. We're going to be outfitting some things for Cetacean Ops, and they, with their science background and with some empathy towards things that might be hard to communicate with, I figured they might be the best at helping me.
With only 4 hours to Starbase 24, I would like to run some sensors. And so to keep an eye on those logs, but I can spare some time.
On a purely volunteer basis, of course. But yeah. If you were willing, naturally you are outside my purview to command.
Oh, I mean, if I can do anything to help make the cetaceans that are going to be joining our crew more comfortable, then of course I would like to be of use where I can.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's taken up some of your relaxation time, but it'll sure be a help.
I don't mind. I have instant relaxation waiting for me at home every time I go back, so it's fine.
Do I look like I relax?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Speaking of which, you still owe me that tea.
I do. I guess I can make some time for relaxing.
I'd appreciate it.
She does.
I know, I also agreed. I was very curious of that statement.
Well, I suppose one needs to.
Yes.
We've seen the interactions with Vryn. So.
I'm working
Swiveling
on
the
telling
chair.
the truth more.
Vryn swivels in the chair and says, did someone say my name?
Very briefly, yes.
Just check. Swivels back. A couple of chirps as he goes back to his comms.
Vryn, what does that button do?
That button makes a noise when I press it.
Great.
Yep.
And I think that for the last month or so, Jane has, I think that she has, transcended, you're an idiot to, you can't be this much of an idiot, I suspect you of something. And so, okay, every day it's just what does that button do? And she, tests him.
Okay.
Okay. And that's it. That's the end of the conversation.
And scene.
And scene.
Yeah.
Noted.
Prawl, of course, is taking position at the security station. He's going through the checks.
Anything to report, Commander?
He says, there was a broken wrist over the night. Looks like somebody was getting into a little bit too much of a Parisi Squares tournament, but it looks like everything else is fine. Nothing new to report, Captain.
Excellent. That's what I love to hear. Thank you.
I have some information to give to you, Doctor.
Yeah.
Because you have a patient recovering from a major surgery.
Oh, yes. I loved what he picked out.
So let me give you guys some information, because over the past few weeks, you have been apprised of both what has been selected and what our Romulan patient is becoming down in the sickbay. A bit of disquiet from Prawl when this was announced. The Romulan has taken to calling himself Dr. Wellix. W-E-L-L-Y-X.
Has he explained what he's a doctor in?
No.
Okay, great.
If you're gonna rename yourself,
But he
might
has,
as well.
but he has specified that the reason why he chose that particular honorary title is because it would do well to help his cover, considering his extensive knowledge. But he won't specify in what.
Of what?
Romulans are notoriously
Knowledgeable?
about a lot of varying things.
I'm sure it's Spanish literature.
Vryn has offered some suggestions, none of which are worth repeating. But
I thought
I find
the
him-
water basket weaving was quite good. It deserves further consideration.
Considerably interesting to be
Would you
around.
say it holds
Yeah.
water?
Would you like to?
Dr. Wellix, as he is now being called, has taken on the appearance of a Trill.
Oh boy.
He has also removed the. He is also through the surgical. Prawl had some thoughts about that.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure. I'm sure I felt all those thoughts very strongly.
Yeah. Wellix has taken on this appearance, but he's also had a lot of the additions that were given to him in his first surgery as a human removed, which has caused him to have a radically different look, as he apparently is nowhere near as old as he originally appeared. A lot of the extremities that were attached to his face, some of the there's no other better way of saying it, the biological additions made to his face to give him an appearance of age, having those finally removed and the skin tissue regenerated, once again reminds you that Romulans have a longer lifespan than humans, and that as a Romulan in his 40s, he's actually looking like he's in his prime. His facial features have changed. Still, you have no idea if the facial features that he's adapted actually matches how he originally looked. But there's nothing particularly remarkable about him. He seemed to choose what would possibly be considered plain featured, as much as you can be.
Oh, that's weird.
In our line of work.
I wrote down hot doctor.
No, he's actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's the fur.
Brown eyes, brown hair, and it also took. He also took another reason. The trill spots that were added to his exterior are, in fact, they go all the way down.
Yes, they do.
I wasn't gonna ask.
No, he. I mean, this is something that so. The doctor during senior staff meetings would have to report what's happening with the people that are on the inside with this, and it was not. He's not asking for just a simple cosmetic change that would just be easy to switch back through appearances. He has gone full Trill, except for the physiology, obviously. Still green-blooded, still Romulan. He has been recovering for the past 4 days, and today is the day he is expected to be able to finally move around and to leave Sickbay. That, of course, requires full authorization of senior staff. So, as you were all coming back on duty, and a few of the Ox crew members, of course, sliding into their chairs, remember, this bridge, you guys are actually flanked on both sides by multiple duty stations and engineering stations. Prawl is characteristically quiet at the security station, but you can tell, just as he's working through some of the information across the security readouts, that
how tight is his jaw?
It's one of those things where it's like you're not being uncharacteristically quiet, but they're still being too quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's keeping his poker face as usual.
Yeah, what am I getting?
Bitterness. Sort of a bitter feeling.
Because it's been a month, have we decided yet what department he's going to be working in, I guess?
No,
okay.
But considering the multitude of civilians that are going to be serving on board as scientists and engineers,
it's probably one. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Currently the plan is, by orders from Starfleet, having checked in with Nahlis Ree. Nahlis has actually done quite a good job at running interference for you. He has convinced Starfleet Command and Starfleet Intelligence that you should be given latitude here, and that whatever you say should be how it is handled, considering your extensive experience in this particular field.
Yes, he's doing this for me as a favor. This is definitely a favor.
He's basically telling Starfleet not to tell you how to do your job. Starfleet has decided to take his advice, and they have given you that breathing room, as it were. However, Nahlis...
Right, they've given me the rope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Nahlis has informed you, though, that the plan right now is to make it seem like Dr. Wellix comes on board at Starbase 24.
Right.
And that he was never on board the Ross, leaving Earth.
No.
I don't suppose the Admiral has discussed Starfleet's ideas for once we get to Narendra.
Yeah. Do you want to have that meeting?
Sure. I have absolutely nothing better to do.
4 hours. So walking. So you move into the ready room. Doors close behind you as you walk around your desk. Still moving into this place even after a month.
It's bigger. I don't quite know what I want to do with all of it.
Yeah. Not the same size ready room you had on a Nova class, is it? Basically,
No.
was just
No, it is
a
not.
10 by 10 space with a desk.
Desk is very charitable, but yes, we did call it that.
Novas actually do accommodate for their captains, but this is luxurious compared to what you had on your Nova.
We actually ate into the captain's ready room and their quarters a little bit in order to bulkhead for some of the sensor upgrades. Anyway, that's not there.
You had sent out a subspace request for further information about how to approach this situation with having this former Romulan operative on board. Since you are still within Federation space, you are connected and uplinked on a secure channel to Starfleet Command. And after waiting for a few moments, you see the Starfleet Command logo on your pad right in front of you on the desk. Switch over, and with a chirping sound, you see the very friendly face of the Benzite Admiral smiling back at you and says, "Captain,
Admiral.
how are you enjoying the Ross?"
Oh, she's delightful. Though we do so miss the little rumblings from the creature who lived in the warp core.
I read that report.
It was real. I was not, in fact, pranking you.
There are theories, and they're not being discussed too much because it started becoming something of a scandal.
Oh?
But there are theories that that creature found its way on board during the construction process of the Ross's warp core.
Well, it was either that or something, I don't know, beamed in, popped in a quantum event. That would worry me much more than a little loss of containment, but I hope someone at Starfleet Corps of Engineers is feeling very red about the neck right now.
Does like the sort of like head tilt that Benzites are known for when they've got like an emotion, but they're kind of like,
In my warp core.
Ree just kind of says, we'll just say that a certain Tellarite put talk of what happened to rest very quickly, for sake of his reputation.
Understood. Then we shall say no more.
So, I understand that you're contacting me regarding the Romulan.
He is almost up and at him.
This is an extremely unusual situation.
I hope so.
That's one.
I was doing so good. I made it to
held the
episode
record
4.
for so long.
I made it to episode 4.
We had
Okay.
the first one.
That's
I
right.
read my notes.
Yep.
It was me.
No, I know, but I made it to episode 4.
That's
Admiral Ree says, Starfleet Intelligence has taken a particular interest in your case. It's requiring a sizable amount of juggling trying to remind everyone that you are not an operative of Starfleet Intelligence anymore, Captain.
I appreciate that at least.
Well, the good news is there does seem to be an end game. The bad news is I am yet to be told what it is. But I have a feeling that you will not be responsible for caring for this operative indefinitely. Starfleet Intelligence seems to have a plan for him.
I feel like that should make me feel less concerned.
You have concerns then? He leans in.
One takes a charge into one's care, and one wants to know where he goes afterward. Make sure, he's being fed and watered and walked.
Well, after reading your reports here, and judging by the information he's told us, particularly about the one known as Sela, how much do you know about Sela, Captain?
It was never my area of expertise in all this.
She has an extraordinary story.
I only know the barest outlines of the biography and whatever's in the file. What's not in the file?
What's not in the file, Captain, is that Sela is apparently, quite literally, a child of another time. She's half human. The reports say... According to reports from the USS Enterprise, Seela's mother was a woman named Tasha Yar who served as security chief on board the USS Enterprise. Now, we have it on record that Tasha Yar was killed, unfortunately, on an away mission, very early in her tour. But according to these reports, there was some sort of temporal disruption or rift or an alternate timeline, and it caused a change in the destiny of the Federation. The report is quite extraordinary. Needless to say, though, in this alternate timeline, Tasha Yar was not killed on this away mission. He exhales and just says, saying all of this out loud seems... I will forward the report to you. It might be best to read it. It's needless to say that a woman who was previously killed from our timeline existed in an alternate timeline, returned to this timeline, and was taken captive by Romulans. She then had a child, and that child grew up to be who is now Seela. And Seela is... Well, we had hoped we would never hear from her again, particularly after the Shinzon incident. But apparently she is making her play. When we were informed Starfleet Intelligence of some of the data that you'd been given us from the operative you have in your care, it would appear that Starfleet Intelligence already knew most of this. My impression, Captain, is that Starfleet Intelligence is very worried. And what has them very worried is the fact that there were 3 operatives operating within Starfleet Command. As a result, they've clamped down.
Good.
It's why we're only getting parts of the story and why they're playing everything so close to the chest. Even considering my authorization and your history, they are playing everything very close to the chest.
Heaven forfend we know what we should need to know. They infiltrated Earth somehow.
Yes. We suspected that day might come. Particularly after the Changeling incident. Thankfully, it would appear that the operatives that were working within Starfleet Command were not there for sabotage, but information gathering. Doesn't make them any less dangerous.
Just sabotage in a long game.
Precisely. We don't know how much damage was done, but we do know that the Starfleet Diplomatic Corps must play this as they always have, and pretend like it never happened.
Good.
Romulan Empire needs to be able to save face, and if they are confronted, it could cause a diplomatic incident. Plus, if it's true and there are factions working within the Romulan Star Empire, it's entirely not only within practicality to disavow the actions of any of these agents, but it actually might be true this time.
Thank goodness. I would have become so suspicious if things with the Romulans were simple.
Indeed. And we have confirmed reports now of what you heard before you left Earth, which is the Romulans are insisting on opening an embassy on Narendra Station and have been pushing both the Klingon and the Federation governments to allow them their space.
Do they have any leverage in this situation to make such a demand stick?
They're taking an unusual approach. They're being very polite. Forceful, but polite. They're insisting that since Narendra Station is going to be on the borders of unclaimed space, in order to prevent a diplomatic incident, it would make sense that Romulan representatives were on hand. They could head off any potential problems that might arise should we make first contact with the species that eventually wants to apply for Federation membership. They otherwise might take issue with us, in their words, colonizing on yet another one of their borders. I do see the irony in the Romulan Star Empire using such terminology. But also,
I don't look to the Romulans for accountability on whether or not we are colonizers.
We might have an opportunity to open up and continue the friendly dialogues that have managed to persist since the Dominion War came to an end. And because of the interference and efforts of the USS Enterprise during the Shinzon incident, we are seriously considering granting them their request.
I see. I appreciate your faith in my reflexes as Admiral Hebert throws things at me.
Well, Admiral Hebert will be the one having to bear the weight of this. I guarantee you, the General of the Klingon forces stationed on Narendra, Kargan, are you familiar with him?
I remember hearing her video message and it was unfavorable.
I've never met the man myself, but I can tell you that General Kargan has something of a reputation. When we first encountered him, again, perhaps serendipitously, through an officer exchange program with the aforementioned USS Enterprise, Kargan came off to Starfleet as a bit of a, well, if you'll forgive my impropriety, an idiot. However, his promotion to general and his service since has revealed that he's actually quite the fast learner and an apt diplomat when necessary, which was highly contradictory to the original reports given by Commander Riker from the USS Enterprise.
Highly.
He is now something of a shrewd, if not temperamental, leader of Narendra Station, and much more open-minded. But I might draw the lines at Romulans, as most Klingons would. The Dominion War changed much, but not everything.
And yet this is still a good idea, according to Starfleet.
Well, the Starfleet has their eye on the whole game, Captain. I keep telling them over and over, reminding them that Starbase 364 is named Narendra Station in honor of a Federation starship sacrificing itself to save Klingons from a Romulan slaughter. It might be not the most diplomatic course of action to allow Romulans on that station, but
I leave that to the expertise of my diplomat, who, one hopes, also has fast reflexes.
You see he kind of tilts his head a little bit and he said, curious. It occurs to me now that the Narendra Station incident was actually the one that was referenced in my reports concerning Sela.
That's coincidence.
Many coincidences. But we could think ourselves in circles about these sorts of things, particularly when it comes to temporal issues. No, thank you.
I understand those are semi-closed loops.
Well, hopefully I've answered some of your questions, Captain. Is there anything else I can do for you before I let you go?
I appreciate what you've done, and we will do the best we can with this Dr. Wellix.
You're going to be the captain of an exploration vessel, Azari. I promise you that.
Someday. For now, Captain Azari is still counterintelligence.
Before I let you go, may I ask you, if Starfleet Intelligence wants to take this Dr. Wellix off your hands, should I let them?
In our meeting with Admiral McLean, he said there were other factors, other institutions at play. I want to know into whose care I'm delivering him, especially since he will have very thorough knowledge of my prototype ship.
My suspicion, Captain, is that Starfleet Intelligence will want to take him to one of their secure locations. They have a number of star bases that do not appear on star charts. We'll see.
If you find out who it is who's asking, if it's one of the ones we like, I don't object, but you know how some of them can be.
I do. And so far, none of them have given me... What did you call it?
GBs.
The GBs. None of them have given me those. There is still time.
All it takes is the wrong interrogator with a grudge against Romulans.
Well, that's an understandable position to take, Azari. But I like to think that since the Dominion War, we have weeded out the more, well, those of us who forgot what it is to be Starfleet.
It is incumbent on all of us to guard against the darker angels of our nature. We cannot fire our way into being good to one another.
Especially in our former line of work.
So if you do get the names, let me know.
I'll see what I can do for you.
Thank you, sir. Are you holding up?
I called in all my favors to get the Ross underway. Now it's time to pay back a lot of favors.
I'll start earning you that social capital then, sir.
Good. Get to it then.
Aye, sir.
Starfleet out.
Sell out.
Sure. And you see the logo of Starfleet Command pop up on your screen as communications cut.
Excellent. I have some information to write up and pass around to my senior staff.
Okay. So, with a few hours to go before reaching Starbase 24, the scene is open. What would you guys like to be doing? And is there anybody that particularly has some agenda? Do you have something that...
Yeah, I'll be down in Cetacean Ops with these two. We're just running some tests to make sure that everything is up to standards because this is members of our crew and it's their living habitat, and so we need to make sure...
All right.
Yeah.
So...
I've got my engineering staff down there as well.
The salinity parts per million, everything is like, the water is balanced out. Oxygenation, everything. The interior of Cetacean Ops is quite beautiful. It is essentially a deck that, as you would see, I don't know, Xander, did you get a chance to see the concept art of Cetacean Ops?
Oh, not yet, but I'll
show it to you.
Yeah.
And we'll be posting that for you guys as well. If you haven't seen it yet, it's actually quite easy to find if you Google it.
That's what I figured.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it, of course, this is how it looks on board the USS Ross. You see these walkways with computer panels and consoles up against essentially the glass front of the tank. And then the other sides of the deck is just this beautiful crystal blue water. And there's tables and whatnot where you can see these workstations lining the insides of the deck on the dry side, as it were,
Sure.
where a lot of the staff is moving about, and these are people who are going to be working with the Cetacean officers. The species that will be working in Cetacean Ops are called they're called the Odanian.
O-D...
Odanian.
No.
O-D-A-N-I-A-N. Odanian. They are a large dolphin-like species that do not live out of water. They cannot live outside of water. There are 22 crew members coming on board. They all have the ability to communicate. Each Odanian, as they operate on starships, are actually implanted, you'll see. And this, by the way, is inspired by some incredible fan art that I saw on our Discord. But there are these really fascinating, looks like these plates, these little bitty like implants on the sides of the head, kind of like L-shaped, go up to the side, and they actually connect directly to the computer cores.
Oh, okay.
And allow the computer to speak for the officers on the other side.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Their brains have a remarkable ability to process spatial acuity, making them remarkably good at both navigation, pattern recognition, and theory. The Udanian are known for being some of the most gifted physicists in the Federation.
So, in anticipation of this, we've moved a part of our stellar cartography department into Cetacean Ops. The Odanians are going to be helping us plot these courses. The Shackleton Expanse, I don't know if you know this, it's riddled with anomalies and things that we got to watch out for.
So if you can, try to picture the underwater environment of Cetacean Ops with a galaxy map projected on the inside.
Yeah.
Water galaxy.
Water galaxy.
Water galaxy.
We got so many hollow emitters, might as well use them.
Yes, hollow emitters are inside Cetacean Ops. By the way, I also have an NPC name for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
So get ready.
I'm ready.
You're like, I was born ready for this. The head of the Cetacean Ops is Dr. Yatta.
Could you spell that?
Dr. Y-A-T-A. Yatta. That's how it's pronounced.
And like culturally, do we ever go like inside the tank?
You certainly can.
Okay, great. So, or is it like their space and they like their space?
They are, it's, historically, the Udanians have been absolutely tickled by the similarities between Earth's dolphins and their species. Much like Caitians might be kind of amused at seeing cats on Earth.
The same.
The Udanian are amused by this because they have these same innate dispositions as dolphins do on Earth. They tend to be very friendly, very curious.
Yeah.
And as a result, people entering Cetacean Ops, they're usually... Any reports that you've read about interaction with the cetaceans inside Cetacean Ops would indicate the Odanians always find it really funny.
Is this like the energy of when you go to Iceland or someplace with like a small population and like you
really
try
happy
to speak some Icelandic?
Yeah.
Well, from what
And like they're both amused and like slightly pissed,
I feel like,
but also really glad you're here and you're trying.
somewhat closer. So from what I understand, and don't totally correct me from what I'm wrong, but if I'm wrong about this, but from what I understand, people who go to Iceland and who try to speak Icelandic to the people of Iceland, it usually lasts about 5 seconds before they say, "Stop, just speak English to me." Like, you're slaughtering my language.
Some Dutch people will like try to help you learn. So like, you know, sort of thing.
Yeah, there are some people
Depends on
that
where
are
you
there.
Do the Odanians have some form of nonverbal language as well?
They do. And it is very much on par with the way dolphins communicate. Clicks, whistles, it is incredibly diverse because if you were actually to take the sounds of the Odanians outside of water, the way we're able to simulate it in real time, it would sound incredibly alien because of how multi-layered it is and how many are operating. They're able to essentially, the way their genetics is made up, the way they grow, is their series of clicks and whistles. For dolphins, it's very straightforward. Odanians seem to be doing, it's
almost like Mandarin for dolphins.
It's almost, the best way to describe it is they're speaking in stereo, it's surround sound. The best way to describe it is it's almost, to a dolphin, it would sound like two dolphins are talking to it at the same time. The Odanians have multiple wavelengths.
Binar, but for dolphins.
Yes, essentially, through communication.
I think it's very possible that Olin would have probably like downloaded this language into their database and has been spending like the last couple of weeks just sort of listening to it.
So much of it doesn't translate.
Of course, but
yeah.
I'm a linguistics person, so I've just been listening to it anyway.
So just like scientists and marine biologists discovered on Earth when marine biology advanced in the late 23rd century and people were able to break down exactly whale song and whatnot, it has the same level of extraordinary complexity that sperm whales do when they click at each other. It operates on a level of intuition and communication that's very difficult for creatures that are essentially not of their species to actually fully understand and be able to incorporate.
Oh, I'm sure Hura could do it.
I feel the same way about humans, honestly.
But just to give you one last bit of a descriptor before I turn it over to you here, but the Odanian, by the way, they do resemble dolphins. They typically have a darker gray, like a pigment to their skin, but they're about half. I would say they don't have the same bulk, but I would say they look closer in length to false killer whales.
Okay.
So they're very large.
Yeah.
Very, very large. Much bigger than dolphins.
Admiral, there be
Much
whales here.
thinner. Someone had to say it.
I had to, and then I'm done. That's all I have to
Yeah.
say for the whole show.
I think that Jane definitely goes on the other side as much as possible.
Okay. Put on a pyro suit and beam in?
Yeah. I think that because if they're into navigation and like that's their specialty, then as someone who has who looks at the sensor logs like all day long essentially while she's in the helm, like she wants to be able to communicate with them exactly like she doesn't want to like point out from this side of like the drywall and basically be like, it's over there, I saw this thing over there. Like she wants to be in there with them.
Who knows? Maybe some of them are going to be in the bracket.
Yeah,
like
exactly. Well,
they might be in your department.
We need to talk about that.
Excuse me.
Let's talk under the table.
I'll need to trek check this, but I don't think you can actually beam into water.
Right, but we do have
You can
the
beam-
UV suits available.
There
to
has to be
enter.
like some sort of like
I mean, I don't need to beam in.
So-
I can just climb in.
So, it's no.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's access points to get into the tank, but like, from what I understand, beaming into water is no go. Beaming out of water is go. But there are access points, which would make sense because you're literally trying. You would literally.
But you're beaming water.
Yeah.
You're
What's that?
beaming fancy water with pretensions to sapience.
What?
Because
we're
it's just water.
Yes, but you're having to displace molecules to beam in Do you know what I mean? It's a little different than a gas. So you're beaming into a liquid. It becomes a little more complicated. So we'll check that, but I think I don't think that's something that Trek has actually addressed, except for probably in beta canon.
Also, we don't do a lot of sight
You're
to
the
sight
only
on the
one
ship.
that said beam in anyway. We were
Yeah.
just going to climb in the tank.
Sure.
Jane was throwing a suit on.
Sure, it's important. I try to anticipate the questions I'm going to get from our audience. So, and also it's good to establish parameters because there might be a day where you guys want to beam in. So, but yes, there are access points where you go into a pressurized state and you just enter into the Cetacean Ops area. Yeah.
Awesome.
So while you're in there, tech to the cat, and I'll connect to your radio inside your helmet.
The cat here.
So go ahead. Your suit's equipped with a tricorder there. If you could just run some scans from inside. Thanks so much for climbing in there. I didn't know you were going to be the one to do that, but you just...
Oh yeah, I kind of jumped the gun on that one, didn't I?
Yeah,
Oh,
you were
well.
in the suit faster than I can say go.
Well, here I am.
So if you could
Better
run
be
some
faster next time, Tech.
scans for me then.
All right.
Let's
what am I
generate some
scanning?
momentum.
Yeah.
Let's generate some momentum. So
Yeah,
roll
let's do it.
reason science.
Yeah.
Difficulty is 0.
Reason science.
Yeah.
Science. This is my best one. It's my best one, she said, and then she rolls a 17. It's okay because my reason science is a 17 exactly, so that's 2 successes, my friend.
Ooh, 2 momentum.
Okay, so generate 2 momentum.
Yeah.
So a quick tricorder scan of the inside of Station Ops. You're at a depth of about 30 feet towards the bottom right now. This place not only houses their workspace, but also their sleeping quarters, which is lined up against the back part of the Station Ops, where they actually have essentially spacious quarters that exist both half in and half out of water where they can rest, should they so choose. A quick scan of the area. I mean, Cetacean Ops is huge. This is wrapping around most of this deck.
Yeah.
Which, as a quick reminder, as a quick reminder, I can just pull this up
Are
right
you
now.
picking up the gate packet?
What's that?
The orientation packet.
That's correct. Station Ops is deck 13.
Oh, is that what yours?
So it takes up a large portion of this deck. Since this is their entire living space, this is taking up a huge portion of deck 13, wrapping around most of it.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And everything seems, according to your scans, everything is perfect.
You did a great job.
God, thanks. It wasn't me alone, but
No, I just, blame most things going right on you.
I'm literally picking you.
Yeah.
I'm literally picturing you 30 feet down, looking up at the glass windows with the silhouette of Tech looking down at you. And you're in the Enviro suit talking up at him as you've got a tricorder and you're just kind of running it around.
I love it. I love this. Is what I want my life to be. Anyway.
yeah, the communication was still
Yeah,
on.
but when something goes right on the ship, I usually blame you.
Well, that's sweet, Lieutenant, but we got to keep moving here.
All right. And I'm gonna keep scanning. I just run.
Yeah, if you could actually run the facilities to make sure everything is operable. If anything doesn't work, let me know, and I'm gonna handle the ambassador here.
Want me to check anything for you, Ambassador, while I'm down here?
To be perfectly honest, as long as the salinity levels are high enough that they can do their nonverbal communication with each other as well, I'm absolutely okay with whatever is going on in there. I just think that making sure that the balance of chemicals is capable of carrying their sounds when they're not communicating with us, it's pretty much the only thing that's important.
I would agree with that. That's communication is important.
It'd be good not to poison them too.
Yeah, also, I was gonna be like, let's not
levels very important
poison
for
them.
dolphins.
That's great.
Even
But the conductivity of the water is also what carries
do you
the
want me to roll again for that
sounds.
scan again, or does that
No.
one count?
We'll just bake that in.
Wonderful.
Yeah. But Station Ops is completely good to go.
Great.
The computer was able to replicate the water. It was able to balance out the salinity levels. Everything is ready to sustain.
Do they seem
33
happy?
kilograms. What's that?
Do they seem happy?
Are they not here
They're
yet?
not here yet.
They're not there yet. Sorry.
Picking them, yeah.
We're picking them up.
A couple hours
Oh,
away
I'm
from
so
where we
sorry. I just made the disconnect.
No.
Yeah, you're alone in this tank right
Yeah,
now.
no,
Suddenly you just go, wait a minute. I have a fear of being alone in tanks.
Oh, no.
That was
Thanks for the
different,
runners.
different side.
yeah, we don't talk about that. Ambassador, actually, I wanted to talk to you about this. The Odanians, there's, as you know, nothing really about them, and so I just kind of wanted to get an inside look at how to approach another culture. I don't know.
Well, I think that the most important thing is to simply start from admitting your ignorance, which you've just done.
Check.
and then when doing so, allow for some graciousness. Like, we're all getting to know each other, and we're all discovering our little quirks and tics and stuff like that. It's perfectly reasonable that they're going to come in here and you're going to have possibly a few bumps in the road as far as communication goes to start off with, but they are here for the same reason you are.
No, that's true, but I just wish that I knew, like, what they ate or, some of their holidays or something, but...
Well, that I'm sure can be provided for you.
Great! I'm so glad you volunteered for this mission. You'll be my inside person into the culture of the Odanians. Thank you very much, Ambassador. That's all.
Jane's taking a lap. She's gone.
Cut to Jane. Jane just
Yeah, very slowly.
in a tank, even with your magnetic boots on, you're just kind of.
we know how that's going.
I love it. She's exploring. This is exciting for her.
And I love it. You're welcome. Of course, I'm very happy to accommodate that.
I've taken off.
Are you following
He's
me?
a force of
I
nature.
have to. You're gonna break something, I'm sure.
You're just like walking after her, like looking down. Okay, so what's the? Oh, well, actually, you know what? If you're good, I'd like to cut to Sickbay.
Yeah.
Because right about now there is a Trill that is sitting up in the med bed and pulling a dark blue tunic down over his chest and situating himself, moving very slowly, but kind of just like exhaling. And he pauses for a minute and reaches up and just hesitates. He notices you're looking at him, and he just runs his finger over his ear and just exhales for a moment.
It's still rounded.
Thank you. Yes, I noticed.
I gave you all the specifications that you asked for.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
You've done quite well.
I know.
He stands up, leans on the bed for a second, and says, "You've done very well, actually."
I even got the ankles. You know the spots on ankles are the hardest part to get right.
No, I didn't know that. Have you made many trills in your time?
No. You're the first.
Well done.
Thank you.
I would call myself a successful prototype.
Yes, you're quite the masterpiece. I'm quite impressed with my artistic skills. I'm not much of an artist. I'm a great surgeon. I guess it could be the same if you think about it.
You're very small for occasion, aren't you?
Yes. That's very observant of you.
That Romulan intelligence training. I should probably...
Oh no, you're not going anywhere. You have a few more hours to wait. We're going to incorporate you into our new crew.
Really?
Yes.
And you want me to just...
Sit. I can knock you out if you like. Take a nap?
No, thank you. I'm fine.
All right.
I've been in this facility for how long now?
Is it almost a month, right?
It's coming up. Yeah, it's past a month.
Give or take 3 weeks. More? Less? Do you remember any of it? Does it matter?
Not the first one.
Yes, I remember most of it. I think it would be in my best interest of my health. Doctor.
Nice try. No, you will wait a few more hours, Captain's orders. We will implicate you into our crew when we pick up our next roster on this station. You need to stay put. I know no one will recognize you now, but you have not been on the ship for a month. No one has seen you.
Well, I wouldn't want to be implicated. And he sits
Is
back.
that the wrong word? Who knows? My translator sucks. That's Chief Tech for you.
Shots fired.
I didn't even hear the engine from that bus until all of a sudden he was under it.
I set my phaser to burn.
Ooh, it hurts.
He sits back in the medical bed. And after a moment, he says, do you have any idea what they plan on doing with me? Incorporating me into the crew? That sounds...
That's the word I was looking for. Incorporate you.
Do you have any idea what their idea is?
I have a few ideas. I know that we've been trying to decide what best to put you, but you've not been very forthcoming in your specifications of knowledge to where we would know where to put you. You are a man of few words. Even more so, a man of...
Of what, Doctor?
I was going to try and say something clever, but it won't come.
Yes, I think that you're in this small talk. I'll just
I don't really have much small talk.
Of course,
But
yes.
that would be a question more for so the captain. I don't want to overstep my place. My place was to get you well.
Thank you, Doctor.
To watch you.
I think I will take that knockout, actually.
Oh, good. I'm sorry.
Call anyone else to just check in before you knock him out.
No.
He takes the hypo spray.
He'll be fine for a few hours.
He just leans back and he says, "Thank you, Doctor."
Yeah.
And he leans back in the bed and his eyes roll into the back of his head.
And now I'll call the captain.
Okay. Exio is currently in your ready room with you. You guys are in the middle of a conversation and you hear the chirp coming through.
So I don't know why we wanted to put all of this on my plate. This is Captain Sol.
Captain, this is Dr. McCrell in Sickbay. I have our patient here. He is getting to be a little restless. But don't worry, he will not be restless for a couple more hours when we reach the station.
I'm glad to hear. Is there anything you need my help with?
Oh, no, Captain. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that everything with the surgery and the healing went well, and our patient shall be ready to join the USS Ross.
Good. What's his status?
Sleeping.
Excellent.
Was that what you meant, Captain?
Exactly, yes. Please be sure he's awake and alert in time that we can integrate him with the rest of the crew.
Oh, I've timed his spray perfectly, Captain. He'll be up and at him.
His what?
His hypo spray.
Oh. I'm sure it's necessary.
It was necessary, Captain. We couldn't have him walking about before we reached the station.
That is certainly true.
Don't worry, it was a nice one. He'll have nice dreams.
You've assuaged all my concerns, Doctor.
we don't know. We don't know if McCrell is the most dangerous person on the ship
or the most amazing.
These two things often go together.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, that's the scary part.
Curious.
So, to clarify, he was trying to get up and
Yes.
you tranked him.
With his permission, Captain.
Oh, okay.
It was consensual.
Very well.
I
Is that
think he did-
standard of care?
He was not a fan of my how do you call it? My small talk. Apparently, I need to work on that.
Oh, I found your bedside manner so warm.
It is warm, Captain, but some people don't like to be toasty.
I cannot argue your logic. Thank you for the update.
You're welcome,
Doctor.
Captain. I'll see you when we reach the station.
See you when we get to 24. Soul out.
McCrail, also. Wait.
What is in this tea?
So as the silence falls in the captain's ready room, the two of you regret it. Like
You
right out
think
of
that Tech's
Firefly.
the most awkward one. McCrell's the most awkward.
Right out of
There's nothing
Firefly.
awkward. I know exactly what I'm doing.
I just pictured right out of Firefly the Mal. Huh.
I love her so much. That's a tremendous comment.
Yay.
Every member of our crew was handpicked.
I swear I have great abilities. You'll see them maybe one day.
Hey, you're a wonderful surgeon.
I got spots.
You know, in my sessions with her, I can never say that I have not enjoyed the small talk, though that was something else.
Perhaps Romulan merely failed to appreciate her full potential.
Or there's something in her tea today. I have noticed that different teas have affected her mood.
You did tell me about the... Does the catnip one really?
It is an unbelievable sight.
I think she was hitting the nip.
We can't say
It's
that.
possible.
Am I the... Oh no.
My captain just said that.
It's canon.
We've all been hitting the nip, I guess.
I will try to keep an eye on that cat.
If only.
Bring and I are in the back. Oh, yeah.
Should I reward myself a threat? I don't know.
You broke before the scene did. Yeah. Therefore,
It's true.
no, the threat. Safe from threat.
If only
Everyone.
if that Romulan had known as he was blacking out, he would have been like, no, wait, wait.
Good night.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, thanks for the scarf.
Keep the scarf October. Got here just in time.
Cold. I have no idea where to go from that cat.
Honestly, I think we should continue keeping an eye on our doctor as we do all of our crew, and additionally on the Romulan, who by all accounts wanted to go and take a wander about.
Yes, I've been waiting for the give clear for a counseling session with the
Well,
gentleman.
now that we are ostensibly integrating him into the crew as a whole, we'll be able to move him about a bit more easily and move you about a bit more easily to meet with him.
Wonderful. And I wanted to get your advice on something.
Yes, absolutely.
It is not normal to have another person amongst a counseling session, but I thought given their relationship, it might be beneficial if I asked the ambassador to attend our sessions. I thought it might make him more comfortable, seeing as we have technically never officially met yet.
It was very clever of you. Perhaps an introductory session, at least to
Yes.
get that initial read, but no. While I do not want to prevail too much on our ambassador's telepathic abilities, they have utility far beyond that. Do you think...
No, I actually wasn't going to use that part of their skills.
What is your interest then?
I want to see if they let their guard down around them.
The one whom he identified as a sucker he was trying to work.
Exactly. I want to see how he continues to work that angle. They are welcome to read them all that they like. I'm sure they will ascertain some very interesting things, but that is not for me. They can make their own mind of the character, and I will document mine. I think it might bring us all a little comfort.
That surely should be our goal, at least in part. Very well. We pick up the rest of our crew very soon.
This is the farthest in space I've ever been.
Yes, it is noon.
It's a very long way from home. So unless there's anything else, we can do the arrival at Starbase 24.
Oh boy, yeah.
Rave is ready to go. So as you exit the ready room and Exio materializes next to the captain's chair, you walk out just in time for Vren to pivot over and look at you and say, "Oh, Captain, we're actually on approach to Starbase 24 right now."
Good. Are you in communication with the flight control?
That's correct.
All right, then let's bring her in.
Hi, Captain. Leaving warp in 10. Should I count that down, Captain, or can I just... Do you have a preference?
I think you've probably got it.
Thank you, Captain. I've got this, yeah.
Good.
For the first time in weeks, you see the star field in front of you. And coming into view very quickly until it stops rather abruptly as you exit warp, you see in the distance a glittering light, which Vren immediately taps a few buttons on the LCARs and you see a magnification, and you see Starbase 24. Starbase 24 historically has a lot of history because this was one of the first starbases on the Klingon neutral zone. Of course, there is no more Klingon neutral zone. This starbase has been upgraded and updated for the past, 150 years. It has a long history of being an outpost and the last bastion of security on this side of the Federation, because not more than a few light years on the other side of that space station is the Klingon Empire.
Stop.
Also notable, coming into rain on visual, so Starbase 24, by the way, looks a lot like Narendra Station. It essentially looks like half of Starbase 1 floating in space. What you also notice is there are 3 starships that are currently in orbit around the starbase, docked as it were. You see an Akira class and a Nova class. There is also a Vorcha class battlecruiser. For those, just as for you, Rave?
Please. I'm Googling right now.
There's very few things more enjoyable than watching a Trekkie discover Trek for the first time.
Yeah, it's so true.
It's super exciting to watch Rave get so excited.
Rave is the best.
But no, you said the word battle cruiser, and
Yes.
that puts up red
That
flags
should.
for me.
It's a Klingon battleship.
Great,
It's
cool.
one of the workhorses of the
Good
Klingon
thing the
fleet.
war's over, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
they
Well.
never.
No, I know.
That's like a normal ship for them.
Yeah, it's not unusual. Klingon. It's not unusual to see Klingons at Starbase 24 anymore.
They basically use Vorcha class for their ice cream trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The computer reads the Akira class is the USS Cape Town, and the Nova class is the USS Alvin.
Simon Theodore?
No, named after the exploratory mini sub that discovered the Titanic
Oh, yes.
by Dr. Glenn Ballard, who was a personal hero of mine growing up.
Aw.
Because I was super interested in that
What
stuff.
was the first one called again? Sorry.
The USS Cape Town.
Caved.
And then we haven't named the battle cruiser yet.
The battlecruiser is the IKS
Yes.
Buchboch.
spell. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm not.
I was gonna say Sam's going to demand. It's
Well, I assume it's capital H.
B. It's yes. There's BU capital H and then the apostrophe capital V O Q.
I was close.
Lowercase q or capital Q?
Lowercase.
Thank you.
We should run this stuff by Mary. Like, could you Klingon check us, please?
Or John.
What's that?
Or John.
Or John. That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
We actually know people that are fluent in Klingon.
Amazing.
So, all right. So, and those are stationed around Starbase 24. And then, of course, there are various cruisers and civilian transports coming and going. Traffic across the Klingon border has picked up considerably since the end of the Dominion War.
Tecton to the bridge.
Yes, what do you got?
Engineering is good to go. We're into full impulse and we're ready for the docking procedures.
Got that, Lieutenant?
Why does he need to say that? Lieutenant Bryn just...
Standard procedure. Your comms are still on, Lieutenant.
Yes. Thank you, Chief. Says, yes, I've parked a starship before.
Yes, to tell you, he has the ball, Lieutenant.
Starbase 24, this is the USS Ross requesting docking procedures. USS Ross, this is Starbase 24. It's good to see you, Ross. Docking procedures initiating. Welcome to Starbase 24.
Oh, you're for Starbase.
Correct.
You're gonna love it. I grew up on one.
Did you?
Yes, not a Federation one, naturally, but,
No.
you know, they're all same enviro systems.
Sure.
Same cramped quarters.
I imagine the views.
If you went outside, I guess. Only so much transparent aluminum on Starbase.
Will they let me? Never mind.
Vren is like, all right, can you do that?
Oh, I'm sorry, did you hear something, Lieutenant? I heard nothing.
I heard chirping, Captain. It must have been coming from my console. I'll see to that.
Yeah,
Comms
we're
are still
diagnostic.
on, Lieutenant.
Damn it.
And that immediately.
Vren just goes,
They're off now. You can say that out loud.
thank you, Commander. USS Ross becomes quite the sight to see outside the windows of Starbase 24, the only one of her kind, sliding into dock. As you guys approach, the docking procedures for a starbase like this are more of a negotiation. There's not so much an actual dock per se as there is coming alongside the starbase and beaming over as necessary. But as the starbase basically initiates the tractor beam to bring the Ross at neutral momentum alongside. And you hear the chirp as Vren says, and procedures complete, Captain. We are at full stop. Helm off.
Commander, you can let Chief Singh know that we're going to start transporting.
Wonderful.
Surely, fun will now commence.
Oh, would you mind? May I have my ring back? Thank you for keeping watch over it.
Use it in good health, and certainly no mischief.
Never, Captain.
I'm going to go into my ready room where I will not be seen for quite a while. See you in a bit.
Have a lovely rest.
Stepping in your ready room, right outside the ready room window, you see the great, gentle, like steel blue slope of this great starbase that dwarfs the USS Ross, and all of these speckled lights across the surface of the starbase.
I'd stick my head right back out the door. Commander,
Yes.
do take a scan. I want pictures. Back.
Okay.
Noted, Captain. And I blip down to...
You can walk. You have your rings up.
Oh, dang it. I have my ring back on.
Use the turbo lift.
Oh, I know. I want to go into the...
The Jeffrey's tube.
You run to the Jeffrey's tubes? Okay, cool. You make your way into the Jeffrey's tubes. You immediately start attaching yourself. So a few of the ensigns are watching you, kind of amused, but no one says anything as you strap yourself to these
Happy shore
magnetic
leave.
cords. Well, so it's funny. I got a question in who was going to be the first person to play in the Jeffries tubes, and of course the answer is Exio.
Yeah.
Technically, it was Captain. Blame the Captain for this.
That's true.
It was not strictly necessary last episode. I'm Captain. It was strictly necessary last episode.
We have a fun ship.
We learned it from watching you.
We're both Captain. Whee!
Where are you headed?
Chief Singh is where I was instructed.
To the okay, so transporter room 1.
Just letting him know.
All right, cool. So transporter room 1 is actually not far from the bridge. You race your way down this Jeffries tube, and you're there in just a matter of moments.
It's shorter than the blip, but faster than the turbo.
And you get a nice whooshing
1 through 12.
sound.
Yes.
As you arrive on the deck and exit, after you put this right back into the replicator reclaimer, stepping out, you see the transporter room labeled, strapped across the sort of the band label across the 2 doors as they slide open. And Chief Singh looks up as you approach and says, "Commander."
Hello. I thought I'd give an in-person. We are ready to go.
Oh!
I'm a little anxious. I'm excited.
Yes, I noticed that the momentum of the ship did come to an arrest. I suppose we're at the Starbase then.
We are indeed.
Oh, it's coming through now. Who all will be beaming?
Do you not have a list?
Oh, not yet. Oh,
I believe the captain is staying on board.
something is wrong. And he goes through the computer console.
Wrong?
Says, "It looks like the data packet got fouled up as it was being delivered to me."
Which station?
This one, from the looks of it. Chief Singh, the Chief Tech.
Go for tech.
Chief, I'm really sorry to bother you with this, but I'm having another issue with Transporter 1 console.
Again?
It looks like it's shredding the data packets as they arrive. A very simple information exchange. I was getting a list of crew members that were beaming aboard 24, and it looks like it ate the names.
Ensign Dari, you're with me. I'll be right up there.
You, in the background, hear an Andorian woman say, "Again?" And it goes chirping off.
Again, the same glitch.
He wouldn't tell you this, but Chief Tech has been kind of pulling double duty.
Really?
The Ross we're working out all the little bugs. All the great advances of this
Yes,
starship.
I believe they were called Dill.
Dill?
The bugs.
Dill. Is that a slang that I don't know about?
Never mind.
You see-
Continue.
Anyway, every now and then we run across a glitch that we need to fix. It's a very minor
I'm
thing.
well aware.
Oh yes, I suppose you might be, yes. But Chief Tech insists on being here when they're worked out so he can break it down and see how it was done. And even though I
very
can
clever.
do this myself, I do prefer to have him looking over my shoulder to make sure that it's all to his specifications.
So do I.
All right, Singh, get the kit. Oh, Commander, Commander Exio, it's a pleasure to see you here. Are we? There's no problem, of course. We're just working out.
No, just another one.
Chief, it's she was just here because they're getting ready to beam over to Starbase 24. We've arrived.
Yes, and there's no problem.
No problems.
Right, Chief?
No problems at all.
You're looking well.
And about that point, an Andorian woman with a face that's turning dark blue from rage stomps into the room going, "How many damn times is this thing gonna break?"
Ensign.
Freezes. And she looks at you and goes, "Hi, Commander." You're looking quite resolute today, like, commandery.
It is alright. You do not need to alter your language around me when there is a problem.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Chief.
Just maybe read the room before entering.
Yeah. Yes, Commander, yes.
Anyway, it's just a minor thing with some communications bugs. It's been plaguing me for a long time now. It seems minor, right? It just seems like a scrambling.
In all honesty, it is not a symptom of a bigger problem. It's just the USS Ross being a little temperamental right out of space dock.
All right, crack her open, get the kit. Dari, you're gonna over there and oversee what Singh's doing. Commander, if I could speak to you over here for a sec.
Sure.
So while they're working that out, I just I wanted to check in with you about the morale of the staff, especially
Yes.
the engineering staff.
Yes, I've been sensing a lot of tension in my sessions.
Yeah.
Is it much worse
No.
On the ground floor.
Well, I wouldn't say tension. It's just
I've been hearing about a competition. Is that true?
not a competition. It's just there's a lot of new technologies here, Commander, and
Sure.
it's really taking it out on all of us. There are a lot of unfamiliar procedures and things that are going wrong that shouldn't go wrong, and it's definitely taking its toll.
Sure.
I don't
Something a little
expect...
shore leave cannot fix, you say?
Well, I believe that shore leave could be good for the crew, but we're coming up on a long haul here. I think we're gonna have to maybe take this time at the Starbase to sort of work out some things before we take it out any further. I don't want to stall the mission any more than we have to, but I need to.
No, that is... Believe me, I know that morale is one of the most important things on a ship. Everyone needs to be tip-top, as it were.
Well, some shore leave then. We all need a rest.
And then some. Leave it to me. Blip. Oh, dang it! I can't!
You just said blip.
Blip back in, picks up ring. Dang it! He just walks through the door.
Well, I won't tell anyone.
A lot of the people showing up to the transporter rooms for the beam over to Starbase 24, and from there, we are actually going to pause for our break.
Yeah.
So we're going to be back in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you as the crew steps on to Starbase 24 and starts welcoming aboard the last members of the crew of the USS Ross before getting underway to Shackleton Expanse. We'll see you in 10 minutes. I know. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are back from our break and going to pull that piece of scarf out of my mouth. It is very warm.
Oh, also, just for the record, we're underneath the heaters, so
Which is
that's
why we're not
sorry.
sorry. We're very sorry.
It's
We
true.
had to take them off.
Meanwhile, I literally
people
have
don't
a
like
heating pad on my lap. So that's the difference between both sides of the table.
Yeah, it's true.
More chill.
Yeah.
Hey,
Some people don't like it toasty.
Yeah, some
hot.
like it hot.
damn it.
Shall we?
Yes. Swell. You got that reference?
No.
It's from Aladdin.
Oh.
I got you.
Okay. It's been a full day since the arrival of the USS Ross on Starbase 24. Equipment and personnel has been transferring slowly onto the Ross. Lots of folks getting situated in their new quarters. The Ross is filling up finally with her full crew complements.
Yes.
That, of course, number will go down once you reach Narendra Station, as those families will be moved into their quarters on that station. But right now, Captain, you got a full boat. The Ross is chock full of Starfleet personnel and civilians and their families. The hallway, the corridors rather, of the Ross are the most active you're ever going to see them. It is impossible to move down a corridor right now without seeing multitudes of people moving past you, which on a starship of this size is very unusual. The other thing that has been taking place is the crew has been enjoying some shore leave. As much as you can when you shore leave onto a space station, but it's nice to stretch and get out and move amongst a new scenery, as it were. There are a few civilian stands, as it were, civilian areas on Starbase 24 that wouldn't have existed years ago that exist now, but essentially there is a hollow suite on Starbase 24. There are some civilian bars as well. And there are, I'd say, about maybe 10% of the population you see moving about the Starbase are Klingon. So you're actually getting a good dose of Klingon culture as you're moving about the Starbase. But this Starbase is distinctly Federation. And it's the last Starbase you are all going to see that is distinctly Federation before arriving at Narendra Station in a month. So right now, you're seeing the great blue flags of the Federation in the common areas, but you're also seeing, floating just outside Space Dock, the incredibly imposing, powerful visage of a Vorcha-class battlecruiser. And her sizable crew has also taken to shore leave. But it has not been problematic at all. The Klingons are being Klingon, but for the most part, the crew has really enjoyed its time in exploring the base and connecting and getting news and connecting with Starbase staff and shore leaving, as it were. It's been nice to get off the Ross, and it's also been nice to kind of brag about the Ross. A lot of people, civilians and Starfleet personnel, have been wanting to get tours, and some of the members of the USS Alvin in particular have been submitting requests to Prawl to come on board and check out her facilities.
In fact, I have been giving quite a lot of tours of the bridge. Right now in center chair is a 4-year-old VIP called Trika Parnatzi.
Whoa!
Basically, like, a lot of the kids who are on board, especially the ones who are just traveling with families.
Getting to see areas of the ship they wouldn't normally have access to. It's quite exciting.
Trika seems to like it. We have not gone out of our way to make her aware that that console does not currently do things. This did not seem like a necessary step to take for the security and well-being of our ship.
You're listening to the voice of a child as they tap the buttons of an LCAR system, say, "Scan that, Mr. What's your name? Vren, Captain. Vren, Mr. Vren. Aye, Captain." And Vren just kind of glances over and does sort of like, you hear the angry chirps of LCARs as he's like not actually like false inputs left and right, and he's like, "Ah, yes, there is dilithium in their hills, Captain." And the kid is giggling her head.
Extremely imposing, extremely tall, right behind the captain.
As this is transpiring, and you see a few of the ensigns on the bridge that are currently like going over the. This is a time when the Ross is in dock. This is a great time to run diagnostics when it's your duty ships. So as everyone is sort of maintenancing the bridge, the doors open of the turbo lift, and stepping onto the bridge is a young woman. Looks like she might be the Earth equivalent of early 20s. And has an insignia on her collar indicating that she is a yeoman 3rd class. She steps onto the bridge, and you can tell immediately from her she has short blonde hair that's been pulled up into Federation regulation, pulled back. Judging from the look of her and from the earring that she has on, she is Bajoran. It looks like the nose ridges are very subtle, so probably a mixed species, and you can guess which one it is because her eyes are deep black pools. And she walks onto the bridge with stars in her eyes the moment she steps on board. She's holding a stack of data pads, and she's looking around just like with a small smile on her face. And then she notices you and stiffens up and says, and gets quiet immediately. As the young captain begins to bark out more orders. And Vren is like, Vren looks at you. Vren gives you a look as he nods to the captain and gives you a look like, "Can I go now?" When you give him the nod, he goes, yeah, so Captain, I'm gonna have to beam down to make sure that dilithium planet doesn't explode. And, possibly drink whatever I find down there." And the kid in the captain's chair is just, "Make it so, Lieutenant," and says, "Aye, Captain." And Vren says, "Thank you," and beelines straight past this yeoman, kind of says, "Excuse me," and just goes into the turbolift and
I catch eyes with Chief Parnatzi, who's get this.
Parnatzi nods to you and says, "Come on. Can I see the transporter room next?" "Yes, you may." And they immediately exit the top of the bridge, and Parnatzi just says, "Thank you, Captain." The yeoman nods as the two of them, and the bridge is oddly quiet. Just the computers moving, and the soft, subtle hum of an engine on standby. "Sir." The yeoman straightens her uniform as she approaches. She's wearing the duty yellows. As she approaches, she says, "My transfer to orders, sir. SB-24, you're a yeoman, 3rd class."
Will you spell that out for me, please, as I'm looking at
AZMI SHANTO.
Thank you. That's me. You are the person Rogan didn't tell me about. We hand approved
Commander Rogan.
everybody on this staff, but he let you be a surprise to me. It's lovely to meet you.
Thank you, Captain. Yes, sir. He warned me that maybe he hadn't told you that you were being assigned a yeoman. And wanted me to tell you, sir, that you have the option, of course, sir, of declining.
Well, do you think I should?
No, sir.
Why's that?
Because I'm damn good, sir. And because this is a big ship and I can help, sir.
I think I need all the help I can get on a big ship. Quite so. And, pads.
Yeah, you hand her the stack of pads and she immediately takes them.
Ask me.
Thank you, sir.
It's good to have you aboard.
It's good to be aboard, Captain.
I do have a quick character question. Is her naming
It's Bajoran, so
is it Bajoran naming? Okay.
Asmi Shanto?
Yeah,
So she
Asmi
is
will be the family name. Just
Asmi,
wanted to check
yes.
that.
So she is Yeoman Asmi.
Cool.
Yeoman Asmi. Got it.
Or you can just call her Yeoman. That works too.
Yeoman.
Yep.
Which Jane will be doing.
Yep. So.
Anything else? You look like you have something at the tip of your tongue.
Yes, Captain. Will there be anything else? My job is to serve you, Captain.
Those pads for the moment.
Aye, Captain.
All right.
And she turns on heel, and everything about her, she moves quickly to the turbo lift and gets inside and tries to avoid contact as the doors close, the eye contact as the doors close. Everything about her screams fresh out of Starfleet.
I didn't want to go too.
However, she is a third class. As you glance down and look at her records, she is indeed a Bajoran Betazoid mixed heritage. She also grew up on a Starbase, as it turns out. And she comes from, originally she was born on Bajor. But lived most of her life there. Betazoid parent, Bajoran parent.
She's in her late 20s? Early 20s?
Yep.
Right, bring the math back, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Her position on the ship is what again?
She's a yeoman.
I know, but like her assignment.
She is personal assistant to the captain,
That's what I
basically.
That is why Rogan didn't.
Yeah. Rogan basically was like, I'm going to give the captain another Rogan.
I'm gonna make it a Bajoran.
As I read this, do your roster, or as I read the record, I'd like to try to get a sense of
Who she is?
and why Broken picked this one for
Go
me.
ahead and make a command, I would say make an insight command roll.
All right.
And we have still 2 momentum for you
And the
to play
difficulty
with.
of this will be 1.
Sure.
momentum.
Yeah, let's goose it from 1 because I'm running cautious.
And then you'll.
Yeah. I don't think I need to run any of my foci into it. I think that's overkill. Now.
Heavy dice.
Yeah, you can hear the metal.
Kill someone with that, and I love it. Hello.
Yes, I could. Let's see. That's yes, that's 2 right there.
2 successes?
Yeah, because I don't think I have a focus here.
Okay, so 2 successes, gain a momentum. She is currently on a career track, and according to her personnel file, she has a deep love and aspiration for interstellar law. She has a particular interest in becoming a JAG officer. She is not interested in command. She is very interested in essentially Federation and interstellar law. And according to her profile, she has something of an excellent critical mind on how to navigate the bureaucracy. And you're starting to formulate exactly why Rogan picked her. She is going to be an excellent bulwark about when it comes to dealing with the bullshit that ever comes out of Starfleet Command. Because it looks like she has devoted her life to knowing all the loopholes, all the regulations.
She's my short, long jacket. Got it.
Not all heroes wear capes.
She is essentially Savick. She knows all the regulations. She knows all the rules. And she has a particular interest in, again, law and investigations.
Nice.
Is sort of a deep passion of hers.
Interests, hobbies, sources of joy.
Interest, you're gonna love this. She grew up on a farm before she moved to a Starbase. Mm-hmm. She knows how to handle animals. She has a particular love for that. She's also. I'll give you her focuses. How about that? Which you can glean from. Her focuses are animal handling, computers, logistics and administration, bureaucracy, cultural studies, and interstellar law.
Good for her.
Because you rolled.
She's real fun at parties. Yeah.
Because you rolled. I'll give you her talents, and then I'll give you one of her values.
Ooh, perfect.
Her talents are strong paw.
Oh, yeah.
She is very religious. Dauntless. Untapped potential.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I know.
Mahler in flashbacks. And lead investigator.
You take it. I did.
Yes.
We both had it.
Pick a number between 1 through 4. And I'll give you that value. You gonna roll it?
Yeah, sure.
Stabby boy.
We're rolling
Let's
a D4
ask
in Star Trek Adventures.
That's my command, Stabby Boy.
Yeah. 4. Serve the captain, serve the crew.
Ooh. It's a good value.
I'm gonna color my die now. Okay.
Hello.
Oh, man.
Essentially, by serving the captain, you serve the crew. So
Right,
that's
yeah.
her value, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite impressive for someone who has aspirations to be essentially a Starfleet lawyer. Very, very impressive set of skills.
I think I'll keep her.
And there's an annotation at the bottom that requires your security clearance.
Love those the most. Okay.
It's a message from Rogan. It just says you're welcome.
I'm going to go into my ready room and send a spicy message over subspace relay that also includes a thank you.
Oh, okay.
And pass along the file to Exio saying, "You were in on this. I know about it. Thank you as well." Everyone has to go through the XO.
It's true. Technically, Exio would have had knowledge that you should.
Exio knew.
Yes.
Think nothing of it.
Yes. I knew this was happening.
Definitely. I haven't been doing a lot of planning.
So we'll go ahead and cut to Starbase 24, where in the large common area, Vryn, I know, is going to be at one of these tables. We're going to start this scene off. The large common area, again, they build all these star bases very similar to Spec. So if our crew from Shield of Tomorrow was ever here, it would look like the interior of Narendra Station, save for the decorations are distinctly more Federation. And then also there's a much higher human population here as well. But who is going to be with Vryn, or who wants a scene here? And we can play that out. Because I remember someone
We're on the
mentioning.
station.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to be on the station.
Do you want to do our scene first?
Yeah, we can get tea here if you want.
Are we getting tea with Ren?
You don't have to. You can have your tea scene separate, and we can do whatever. I'm setting up a possibility, but I will follow your lead wherever you guys.
I make great tea if you want to have it.
Man, oh man, oh man.
I don't want to socialize right now.
Tech will be with Ren.
Okay.
We'll go get a drink.
Okay. So you and Vryn are at the bar.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So Vryn is leaning up against the bar, and he's just kind of like waiting for the drink. And he turns and looks at you and says, "Did I hear that you could cook?"
Oh yeah, I'm an excellent cook. I don't know a lot of Andorian dishes though.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorites?
I don't have a lot of favorites, to be honest.
I am not surprised.
Yeah. No. I'm not a. There's a dish. It's very difficult to pronounce through the universal translator.
Oh right, I get that.
but
Gee willikers, do I get that? You should have heard, but that wasn't bullying.
yeah.
Oof.
The best way to describe it is it's a meat dish that's served frigid, like cold, and it has a heated interior.
Whoa.
And I've noticed that most humans find it repulsive, and I love it because it's like eating crunchy beef.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah, it's really good because a lot of food on Andoria is. I mean, we had to get pretty creative.
How is there a heat source inside the meat?
Oh, that's easy.
What?
Do you know? Yeah, no, I can show you how to do that. It's literally the only thing I know how to make.
Can you show me now?
Yeah. Let me ask the bartender for a replicated.
Oh, we don't need to ask. We're gonna use this replicator. It's fine.
No, you're not. You see this bartender turn around. She perks up and looks at you and says, "No one's allowed behind the bar, Chief."
Well, where's the other replicators then?
In quarters.
Come on. Don't you want to find out what this dish is?
Come on, Vrin mimicking you. Just come on.
Come on.
Come on. This bartender looks at the two of you and she goes, "No, order it like normal people."
Well, what's it called then? Go ahead.
It's called Varakian steak. Ever heard of that? Varakian steak?
Varakian steak.
The bartender goes, "I'll look it up in the database." And she turns her back, and Vrin just nods and smiles, and then looks at you and goes, "She's never heard of it. She has no idea what this
That is going to be
She has
amazing.
no idea what this is."
Hold on. And I pull out a pad, and
Okay.
I'm going to start programming it into the replicator.
You know? Roll.
Yeah!
This is gonna be.
This is Bren's fault. Also, we're a few drinks in, just to be clear.
Are you guys? Oh, I guess technically you're off duty and off starship. You can drink actual alcohol.
Yeah.
That's very true.
And this is a much bigger ship.
And it tastes disgusting, and I'm here for it.
Okay.
Take an extra one. Yeah.
Yeah. One, I don't need to. Let's see. What's the difficulty?
I mean, this is technically a controlled security check.
Okay.
Because you're overriding somebody else's
Hey, hold on. Yeah.
I'm gonna set the difficulty at 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna use them.
Yeah. All right. So we're
Convertible
using
momentum
one
on this?
momentum. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
So we're down to one
We're
momentum.
looking for 13s. Hey, 2 successes.
One of those
And
is
one is
a critical success.
You got a crit. You did.
Is it?
Yeah.
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 So 3.
Wait,
total
no,
successes.
no, it's
not.
not.
So
Never
you're
mind.
in security.
It's security. Never mind. No.
My security is a 2.
Oh, you didn't roll a 1?
I rolled a 4.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Never mind. We got mixed up.
So
there.
you got your 2 successes. All right, so you actually network with the replicator using your pad. And
But I don't
gain
know what
access.
it is either, so
Yeah.
I'm making it up.
You gain and Vrin is watching you just going, "Oh my god." Did you get in?
It was a 10.
Did you get in?
Yeah.
Listen, you can say no to this, but would you be amenable to not doing what we were? Can we?
Oh, I'm already a step ahead of you.
Can we
Bob.
order something else?
Yeah.
Can we order like?
Listen, I've got the Varakian steak open. It could be anything in there.
Oh yeah. Let's. Oh man, what is
Quick.
the nastiest thing you can think of?
Gah. It's already got.
God, it's already gone.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't know anything about this.
Nope.
Oh, can you make it the next thing that she orders is gawk? If she orders like no matter what it is.
She's gonna hate this.
Oh my god.
It'll teach her not to let me use her replicator.
All right, great.
Ever chaos crew.
Okay.
Natural.
Yeah. I got this. She comes back a few moments later and he's, "Hey, yeah, scratch the steak order. I'm sorry, that's kind of a weird thing. We've been drinking, right?
Oh, I've been. I don't know.
I'm a little in. How about let's order something nice. The doctor likes tea. Let's order some tea. Like we should take after the doctor.
That's so thoughtful.
Yeah, let's order some tea for the doctor.
Let's get some tea for the doctor,
Can we
please.
get some tea for the doctor, please? The bartender just looks at the two of you, just like, sure. She goes over, and Vrin is like, "Oh my god."
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Just for storytelling's sake, I'm on the other end of the bar.
Oh no, we're
restaurant.
also at the other end of the restaurant, and we just are watching this go down.
The three of us just like, what
What
are
is
they
happening?
This is what does it.
Walks over, she enters it in,
honk.
and you see this. You see the replicator scope as it contradicts itself in the database, immediately shifts to Gach, and this bowl of old Gach replicates right in front of her, and she goes, "Oh, what?"
But wait a second. If you look closely, you can see, and then there's in between, like the wiggling, there's actually a smiley face you can see in the negative space. It's nicely in the bowl.
So, this fake gach as it replicates in front of her. So it can't be live because it's replicating.
Oh, right.
But however,
Imitation gach.
she looks closely at it and sees, sure enough, there's the "Have a nice day" smiley face like replicated into it, and she goes, "What the hell?" And Brandon just goes, "Wow, what's wrong with your replicator?"
He looks happy though.
Hey, you know what? There's an engineer. Could take a look at that. Maybe you should let him behind the counter. Take a look at that replicator for you.
It does look happy though.
Tech, I'm gonna throw up.
Uh-oh.
And he just leans over, and you hear the telltale signs of an Andorian heaving his stomach out.
Oh gosh.
Exio just
Across the bar, and
Tech to Sickbay.
I immediately go over. And
So is the crew pretty much in the... Okay.
my.
yeah, we're all in the bar.
Okay.
But yeah,
no,
yeah,
different places.
I am not. I walk by,
I went shopping,
see the site, and it's
then
just
went to go get a tea.
So then, if that's the case, then let's populate this entire dining area
We're fine
with
to
the
go to
clinking
Sickbay.
and clattering of plates
Yeah.
and drinks and conversation,
Much
and
too
then
loud.
the sound of an Andorian at the bar.
I immediately go over and I was like,
Did you eat something Lieutenant Lecat gave you?
He looks up at you and goes, "Wow, that's already gone. Hey, doctor.
Hi.
Hi.
Where's my tea you were going to order?
Oh, those ears, they're very good, huh?
Yes, I heard you. You were not very quiet.
No, is he okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
He's intoxicated.
Oh!
Yes.
Wait, do me.
I don't have to. So are you.
A mug slams down at the bar suddenly, right next to all of you. Slams down. And you hear a voice go, "I'll take the gach, if that can be called gach." And Vryn looks over, and you see an imposing Klingon, as they all are.
I feel like the three of us sort of look.
Yes, slowly up.
I'm very up.
Here's what's
So
interesting.
tiny.
Here's what's interesting that happens, though. A couple of things. First of all, the Klingon is wearing a bandolier with what looks like badges upon it that would indicate some kind of accolades, probably from war. It's hard to say, but you can see that they're kind of attached to the sides of this bandolier that he has over his standard Klingon armor. But as he slams this drink down, he looks pointedly right at Vryn, and Vryn goes, "Yeah, you can take the gach." And then he goes, "Holy shit." And the Klingon says, "Lieutenant Vryn."
Oh.
And Vryn just goes, "Holy shit."
So you two know each other then?
"Oh, yes, I know the lieutenant."
Oh.
And he slaps Vryn on the back, almost to the point where Vryn goes face down onto the bar. And the Klingon says, "You're still in uniform. I could have sworn you would have been kicked out of Starfleet by now."
Oh, he gets closer every day.
Vryn looks at you like he's a little nervous, and he sits up and he's like, yeah, I don't know. They haven't wisened up yet. It's good to see you, Captain so-and-so. I'm gonna go, and as he gets up, the Klingon pushes him back down on the stool and says, "Stay."
And at that point, I would say I drag Olin over.
Here we go.
You, watching this from your table, you're...
Because we're like, oh, the Klingon, and then he makes Brent stay, and we're like, oh, that's a fight. Yeah. Let's go.
All right,
That's a
so the
fight.
two of you get up and start moving over there. As you're approaching, the Klingon is saying, "I want 2 drinks. Blood wine. 2 orders. For me and the lieutenant.
I'll take a blood wine too.
3. And the bartender looks at the Klingon and says, yes, sir. And goes back. And the Klingon takes a heap of this gach and just... and starts chewing on it and says, "Cold. Disgusting." And just continues jamming it into his mouth. Some of these bloodworms just kind of like slithering off, like, dangling off the edge of his beard as he throws his head back to get it, like a stray spaghetti, just kind of throws his head back to get it in. Just as the two of you are approaching. As you two are approaching, He's smiling warmly at Vren and stops in mid-chew and stares daggers at the Cardassian that's approaching.
Any trouble
And
here?
I think that I would have probably interposed myself just slightly ahead of.
Okay.
It's actually a little bit of a fight, I would say.
Yes.
Because I think that there's...
Protect instinct kicks in, and I just go. Whoa.
Protect instinct also, because I feel like of everyone on this crew, Jane is more protective of you.
Yeah.
And so I think
vice versa. So it's
So
like,
I think that it's a little bit of...
Contested.
Any trouble here?
The Klingon doesn't
That's
answer.
quite a grip you've got on his shoulder.
Vren looks at you and says, yeah, it's pretty good, actually. It's like a realignment.
Oh. Well, what is everyone drinking?
Blood wine.
I do not drink with Cardassians.
Um,
He just kind of sneers his lip at you.
Oh, no, buddy.
Cardassian is a member of our crew and has invited you to drink with her.
I do not drink with Cardassians.
Well, then you
We
can...
will take 3, and Jane is smiling. I think that she's a very stoic person, but like smiles. She's all smiles. She's just a really happy person right now. And
Remember
it's
when
weird.
Wednesday Addams smiled?
A little bit.
She just came to mind for something.
A little bit.
Under his breath, Tech kind of looks at you and is like, you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm going to drink with this Klingon. Do you want to drink too, Tech?
I already am.
Great, wonderful. 3 of whatever. I'm just gonna mix them together.
And at that point, Vren, seeing all of this chaos starting to develop around him, just goes, shit. Introduce me, Vren.
Yeah, I
Crew members, Ambassador, this is Captain Javek
Javek. That's a cool name.
of the, I'm guessing,
the IKS Uvok.
he nods to you and says, that is correct, Ambassador.
It is very lovely to meet you.
Lovely.
I would like to shake his hand.
You extend your hand and he looks at it and grips your forearm and squeezes it.
And I'm gonna squeeze even harder back.
Okay.
And harder. Nice to meet you. I'm the doctor. And then put like maybe 1 or 2 little claws out.
Be careful, Doctor. In Klingon culture, you might be saying something other than what you think you're saying to me right now.
No.
A grin cracks across his face, and
I think she's saying what she's saying.
Vren is just looking at you like, this has got to stop. Like,
Yeah, I want to get a nice little bead on this whole situation here.
okay, so I'll let them tell you how they're feeling. Vren is feeling, the anxiety level of Vren has shot up. The captain, this Klingon captain of this Klingon warship, is feeling genuine camaraderie and is pleased to see Vren. There's no hostile intention towards Vren at all. In fact, the Klingon captain seems quite amused to have spotted Vren here, and is like, you're getting this sort of sense of that fellowship almost that a Klingon would exhibit. However, it's also tempered by a deep, unreserved indignation at the presence of a Cardassian. And the depth of that indignation you don't know could be addressed. Do you know what I mean? It is essentially like, it is a post-war indignation kind of thing. Justified or otherwise, it's...
Cool.
So, that's what you're reading off.
Cool.
Yep. I would.
Oh, do you want to
read?
tell us?
Do you want to read us?
Yeah.
Tech is
Sure.
drunk and anxious.
I look very cool and amused and collected on the surface, but you can see my tail twitching, and I'm actually wanting something to happen. Like,
So, would you
like,
characterize your feelings as aggressive?
Yes.
Okay.
You wish he would.
Think of one word as like to
Yeah, like
yeah.
sated anger.
Oh, can I only use one word?
No.
Okay, so you know Jane's not drunk because she's been drinking water all night. We had tea, but you know Jane doesn't drink, but she drinks. And I think that right now you clock the fact that she is smiling, but she is also like doing a once-over of this guy and trying to, it almost looks like she's trying to figure out what she can steal off of him. So it's just like, I'm going to wait, and I'm going to wait, and the moment is right. So it feels like she's waiting. She's waiting in.
So mischief.
Has
mischief.
entered the chat.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
She's waiting for something. You don't know what, but you can tell that she is looking for a moment. What is she gonna do? Who knows? We're gonna figure out.
I think perhaps it would be best if we all sit down and have a chat, perhaps?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
And I seat myself right next to Ren.
Okay. The captain looks at everyone and says, "You keep strange company now, friend." And he slides the drink over to him and says, "Perhaps another time."
How do you know our friend? Our comrade? Are you not gonna answer me?
He leans in close and says, "Would
She's
you
standing
like-"
on her tippy toes. How tall is this motherfucker?
He's about 6'3".
She's ready to climb on a bar stool.
He leans in close.
Everyone loves to go climbing.
And he leans in close and says, "There is only one language I use when speaking with Cardassians.
It's a good thing for the universal translator, huh?
Universal translator will not protect you from my blade."
Let's give it a try.
No, it's not Jane.
How about we all take a moment here?
Would you like to roll? Because
Yes, I would like to use the tension, if I may.
I'll let you roll.
I have an extra die because of diffuse.
So mischief actually could be better characterized as "bring it the fuck on."
Yeah, this is not. No.
This is about to be a fight on shore leave.
I mean,
I also
Look,
would like.
peace was never an option.
Show me you didn't.
You're not wrong. It's
I
just
just-
a bad situation.
Every week, Jane.
It's true. It's true. As an
You
objective
did this.
observer,
You in fact did that.
As an objective
You
observer?
did not do this.
as an objective observer leaning back, I'm rooting for Jane here. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Whenever you attempt to cast persuade someone
Thanks,
not to
Sarah.
resort to violence, you may add an extra d20 to your roll. Here we go.
You're gonna get an assist from Bren.
Of course.
Bren is gonna jump in and try to disarm this as quickly as possible.
I'm also going
I
to
think this
use
is a
my
situation that
diplomacy
would also
focus,
Okay.
of course.
Fight.
Okay, so Bren is going to use his presence and security.
Mine is going to be presence command, correct?
Presence command, correct. And this is going to be a contested roll. The difficulty is 1.
Cool.
Tell me what you get. Bren is not going to be able to help.
I have
drunk.
3 successes.
Okay.
Oh, what was the difficulty? Oh, it's a
This
contest.
is going to be
Actually, yes, 3 successes.
3 successes.
Yeah, I rolled a crit.
That's 2.
You rolled a crit.
Yeah.
So 3,
yeah,
4.
Okay.
So we have 4 moments.
So the Klingon literally does what a Klingon does when he's received a challenge. Is he's in your face, he goes, bares his teeth and growls at you, and
Perhaps this is not the time.
Vran immediately pipes up and goes, "Right, let's tell stories. Let's sing a song. We know some good Klingon songs." And the Klingon leans back and looks at you for a moment and says, "You are lucky," and begins to leave.
Yes, Jane, you are lucky. What are you doing picking fights out here?
When someone looks at you and says that, what else are you supposed to do?
You walk away.
Absolutely not.
Jane.
Is that why your brother's dead?
I walk away.
Tech, I am
Jane.
so sorry.
I walk away.
So hold on.
my
Let's
God.
get control of the narrative. So as soon as that blurts out of your mouth, there's a dead silence that hits the table. Tech puts his
Tech,
mug
I'm
down
sorry. Tech, I'm so sorry.
and
Still walking.
leaves
No,
the
I'm
door.
following him. That was a very shitty thing for me to say.
You leave after him.
Yeah, I'm going
And
after Tech.
I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna try to.
Do you want to be stopped?
No, I don't want to be stopped. I
So
want to
you
go after my
touch her
friend that I
shoulder
just
and
said
she
a
moves
shitty
past
thing
you.
to.
Oh, Jane.
So the two of them immediately leave, and Vren just goes, "It's because we did the thing with the replicator."
It did
the universe was watching. This was all because of the thing with the replicator.
You know, Vren, sometimes it does everyone a lot more good not to draw attention to themselves by doing...
We're in a Federation Starbase.
You are, but we're still around other people who are not Federation, and everyone needs to be considered.
Ambassador, I had no idea that man was... I have not seen him since the Dominion War.
I'm not worried about him and concerned about him at all, but I do have to say that there is a point when a prank can go too far regardless of who is around.
Yeah, that's a hindsight thing. Respectfully.
You should possibly work on making it a foresight thing.
Yeah, I've tried that, and honestly,
Ambassador, it comes with maturity.
You know, I understand that I give the happy-go-lucky vibe, and that a lot of you guys don't think that I catch every insult you kind of underhandedly throw my way on the ship.
Oh, trust me, I do notice that you caught every single one of them.
And I know as an ambassador, you know better than to interrupt people when they're trying to stand up for themselves. There's this impression I've given that you guys just don't have a lot of respect for me, and that's fine, because I act like a buffoon. I get that, and I'm okay with that. I am who I am. I'm a buffoon.
You're our buffoon.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
You're also an incredibly skilled buffoon.
I am the best damn pilot that has come out of Starfleet in the past 10 years.
Correct.
My antennae are numb.
Yes, you might want to sleep off some of the blood wine.
I didn't have any of the blood wine.
Maybe take some of the blood wine to help you sleep off some of the other drinks that you partake in.
Thanks, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Thanks for this pep talk, Ambassador. I feel great.
It wasn't exactly my best, and I do apologize for that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I left my home because I was tired of being talked down to. I got to Starfleet, I got talked down to. I got awarded all this crap in the Dominion War. The Klingons are the only people that I've ever run into who haven't talked down to me. I love my home on the New Ross. It feels very familiar. I get talked down to. I'm gonna call this a day. You can finish my drink for me. I hate shore leave. And he pushes himself away from the bar, and you see him stumble a little bit, and his antenna, one goes one way and the other one kind of goes the other for a second, and he just says, most of the time I hate shore leave.
Do you need help?
No, I'll be alright. I know my way back to the transporter room. And he says, just make sure the cat's okay, I guess. If you don't mind.
Of course. Are you okay? I mean, I
don't like it when the war follows me.
I don't think any of us do.
And he also makes his way out of the area. The bartender, who's been watching everything happen, she just kind of is looking at you for a second and just says, you know, all things considered, Ambassador, I've seen a lot more chaos. You guys did pretty good disengaging. And she just cleans up the mug.
I do fear I may have bungled that a little bit in my attempt to, it just proves I still have a lot to learn.
Can I give you some advice about Andorians, Ambassador?
Well, once upon a time I thought tough love is what they enjoyed, but I guess not all Andorians are the same.
They're not. She leans forward and says, Andorians have a really bad temper.
Oh, that I'm aware of.
I've been around a lot, and that one right there, she points to to Vren as he's exiting the area. She said, that one's got a lot going on underneath the surface.
Well, I think that would probably explain why the buffoonery is so prevalent. To hide all of the other stuff that he doesn't want us to see.
Maybe. It's your crew. Let me know if you need anything, by the way. It's good that things are simmering down.
We do not need these 8 glasses of blood wine.
Indeed.
It's fine, I'll take care of it.
Thank you.
I'm trying to remember. Do you think you could possibly replicate and sort of like pulls out like a quick pad and like scrolls through it really fast, trying to remember what the captain's favorite drink was.
Okay.
Can you replicate some of this for me?
We actually have some of that here on the station.
Yes.
No, I mean
like
not
real.
like the real thing.
I would love some, please, and thank you. I'm willing to.
So, Ambassador, just so you know that some of this stuff is actually scheduled to be transported over to the Ross per request.
Interesting. Do you mind holding back a few bottles?
Sure.
Just for me to hold on to.
I'm not the requisitions officer. However, I am connected to the requisitions officer. I'm happy to put forth that.
I would like to have a few just stashed away in my quarters.
Can I ask a favor in return?
Of course.
When he sobers up, could you please get that bullion to come back here and fix my replicator?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
But this is unfortunately. I think I might have to send one of his subordinates to help you with that. They're all very
Cut to an Andorian woman beaming on board the station with this look in her eyes, like
Dari's
what?
just.
Dari, get the kit.
Unfortunately, I hope that my relations with Dari go much better than they did with.
Dari, yeah, she probably has a more of like the chief do something. Can I just tell you, on shore leave, this is moderate. And she doesn't say anything else. I want to know where Tech and Lacat end up.
Oh boy.
And
Yes. So I'm making my way back to the transporter room. I'm drunk, but kind of covering it up. But I'm going to head back to the Ross.
Okay, I'm gonna follow you back onto the Ross. I don't think that we should do this on Starbase.
Okay. So full-on transport over.
Yeah.
That awkward.
There's a really awkward moment as you get onto the transporter pad and you see the transporter chief getting ready to activate the transporter pad when the doors open and you see a very concerned looking...
Well, I think she's stone-faced right now.
Okay.
But but she is like Tech.
Tech. is bawling.
No, buddy.
I'm drunk right now. I know. Engage.
The transporter chief...
I would also like to go up to the Ross.
Okay. You start stepping up into the transporter pad just as he materializes away, and the transporter chief goes,
Yep.
Immediately this is, ready when you are.
I hate shore leave. I'm ready.
We all do, buddy.
Chirping noise, and you energize. When you materialize in the transporter pad, you see one of the ensigns of the Ox crew, and you see actually a couple of the officers kind of milling about, shore leave and all.
Which way did the Tech go?
So
that's my first question.
Yeah. So the first thing you see is, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just curious too. I'm just curious. Where is Tech headed?
Tech is headed to his quarters.
Okay. So the first thing you see is a Trill, Chief Petty Officer Thress.
Okay.
Hera Thress. One of the members of the Ox crew you actually haven't come across before, but you see she's standing there, currently sort of subbing in at the transporter pad. You can see that she's probably, this isn't her usual duty station, but considering that there is a flow of personnel coming and going, this particular chief is kind of filling in for people as they come and go through this transporter pad. She looks a little alarmed when you beam back onto the transporter pad. She looks at you and goes,
So I like take a look at her. I go, where's Tech? Where's Prawl? Isn't he supposed to be here watching over who transports in, who transports off?
No, sir. He's on the station, making sure.
Yes.
And the Chief Tech actually just left the transporter room.
Wonderful. I'm off.
she just kind of leans over as you storm out of the room. It's not hard to see like people making room as a clearly visibly upset Tech like flopping his feet as he's like stomping down the corridor.
Get out of my way!
Everyone getting out of the chief engineer's way.
Okay. Oh man, is he causing a scene?
I
How
guess.
drunk are you?
We'll guess.
I would like to.
Where do we end up?
So
Yeah,
we can end up in the quarters, and he'll eventually let you in.
The door's open as
Yeah.
you've
We
waited
can
outside.
do this. Yeah, this can be done through your doorway.
No, come on. And so we go inside, and you see.
Into your room?
Yeah.
No, she's not stepping in your room yet.
Oh, okay.
You open your door. You're crying. I'm not coming into your space yet. That
Okay.
is.
You gotta buy
I've
her a
invited
drink
you in.
before you.
No, I stand in the door.
right,
I
listen.
feel very shitty about what I just did.
You did a shitty thing there, Lieutenant. I'm not in the right mood or headspace to talk about it at the moment. But I will say one thing. You were right. So, good night.
The door just slams closed in front of you.
Do people knock in
No,
Star
there's
Trek?
a
Chirping,
chirp.
like
Oh,
doorbell.
okay. There's a
You
door. I was
can
like,
knock. Knocking is
can.
free, but there's a doorbell.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I knock.
And
I
there's a
actually
deny
knock.
entrance.
Tech, I would rather we not have this conversation in your room. I would rather we take it to neutral ground somewhere and just talk it out.
You get the sense that this conversation's not happening.
Okay, well, too bad. She's gonna try and force it to happen. She's really gonna try because like I think Jane is trying to be a better person, but she doesn't quite realize that like you also have to let the other person be ready to
I take
like
my
accept
communicator and
the
I put
apology
it in a
just yet.
pillow. And I
Oh man.
and I roll over.
Oh,
We roll over and we pull out on Jane in the hallway, just continuing to knock.
just
Chirping,
continuing
chirping,
to knock.
chirping. No one answering the door.
Oh, she's fallen asleep in front of your doorway, buddy.
I'm
getting
gonna
super
go collect
cool
that.
Okay, I would love to know what Exio is doing.
So here we are.
Well,
What's going on elsewhere?
so it turns out that Starbases are really loud, and everywhere that I go, there's no place for peace and quiet. And now that I've been, that my there's that hamster wheel of thinking when you just constantly you just gotta you have to problem solve.
Yeah.
So I can't stop thinking about what Tech said, and I want to do something good for the entire crew, so that they have something to do. So I would like to find a quiet place, and I'm reminded of my conversation with the captain earlier.
Okay.
So I would like to find a personnel and find out if there's any maintenance walks on the outside of the spaceship that is currently scheduled. I'd like to accompany.
There are no currently scheduled maintenance walks outside the
May
station.
I go outside anyway?
Yes.
It's way too loud.
Yeah, there's really nothing preventing you from wanting to just go outside the ship. You have your ring, of course.
Yes. I want to ask permission first. How rude.
So you're going to take a walk on the Ross, or?
Yes, it's sort of like a study room. I want a quiet study room. It just happens to be on the outside. I'm used to very quiet spaces when I have to think. Inside of hollow rooms, there's not much noise if you don't want there to be. So,
Very quiet space.
very quiet space.
Literal space.
Where would you like to be transported?
The side of the ship with the best view.
The one with the starbase, or the one facing away from the starbase?
Away.
Port starboard. Okay.
Face of base.
When you materialize, the first thing you immediately start detecting is the utter silence. There is a distant, very muted hum. It's almost barely perceptible. It might be coming from the energy vibrations just from being on the back of the Ross, which, by the way, standing on the hull of the USS Ross,
Yes.
you are getting the bird's eye view, as it were. Standing on this hull, you're seeing the sheer size of this starship. It really is a city in the stars. It is incredibly immense. Yes, Jody, massive. You are currently standing on what would essentially be the roof of engineering on her back, standing along the spine of the ship. All about you are the glowing auras of ports that gaze out into space. You can see the long neck of the Ross, also distinguishing her from a Galaxy class. She has a long spine that runs down the base, which will soon become the standard for these sort of refit Galaxy class starships. And of course you can see the great cargo bay, one towering stories upon stories overhead. The Starbase, it's really giving you a sense of how tiny you are in the universe. And the utter silence, and also the view.
Yeah.
It is, even from here, even with where you're standing, even with the proximity of the Starbase, the light pollution is not enough to hide this star field that is out. You're halfway across the Milky Way from where you started. From Earth, you are many, many light years from home. And in this dead silence, and this sort of like subtle hum, the universe literally starts like a shoreline on the other side of where the Ross ends, and just the great expanse of everything that ever was before you.
Exio refuses to close her eyes.
Perkin not having to blink. You just look around, taking it all in.
And she doesn't say anything. And she just raises up her hand and quickly glances between the ring and back out. Almost the same. And then listens to the hum and thinks how much it sounds like her heart rhythm. This shall do quite nicely, I think. And then just sort of lays down and whips out her data pad and just starts researching. Now, what would be a good event for the crew? And then it's just...
As you pull out the data pad, you are noticing that it is taking a little bit of effort to stay on board, to stay, not to generate too much momentum as you lean back.
Yes.
And come to a stop and at rest. Flopped back onto the hull. You cross your legs, pull that thing up in front of you, and like somebody enjoying a nice chill day on the beach, you begin to go through your data pad.
It's a chill day, all right.
Yes. Quite the opposite of warm out here. Yeah.
Oh. Maybe this might be perfect. I think this might be perfect. If there was this might be a wonderful, because the tension seems to be between the two engineering crews, so this might be the perfect way. I think I've got it. Oh, this is exciting.
And of course, anybody watching this, it's an utter silence. But clearly this life form that's ecstatic on the hull of the ship.
Yeah, this is internal dialogue.
But like, what port over? Trika is looking up, just like...
There is a civilian. Let's pull a member of the Ox crew.
A little girl.
Alora Anophis.
Oh, yeah.
I see.
They, them, Tellarite. Librarian.
Librarian Tellarite! Angry Librarian Tellarite!
With
So good!
on the promenade. This Tellarite,
Angry.
they are leaning outside the window and mouthing underneath the folds.
And then just pacing back and forth. Just
Kind of like trying to follow as Exio moves out of the field of vision.
walking across the window.
Librarian Tellarite.
What is the captain doing during all of this?
Statistically speaking, pad work.
Pad work.
Okay. On that note, by the way, the doors to the bridge open. Are you in your ready room?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a chirping sound at the door.
Come in.
Stepping in, you see your yeoman. It says, Captain, I have these all prepared for you, and immediately sets down the stack.
That was going to take me the next 3 days of my life. I'm already glad I haven't fired you.
Was that a possibility, sir?
Well, you said that I didn't have to keep you. I'm keeping you. You're being kept.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're kept, yeoman.
Will there be anything else?
Everything. Yes. We have some crew incoming, and we're going to need to revise some of the civilian duty shifts. Science or engineering. I don't know which one quite. I will get my staff on it, but Wellix. Dr. Wellix.
Dr. Wellix?
Yes, he was added to our crew who are coming aboard 24. He should have already transported.
I can check.
But we're going to need to find an open slot on duty roster, so keep an eye open.
Understood.
Thank you.
There is a request that I was asked to bring before you.
Yes.
One of the civilians would like to meet you. The bartender of 10 Forward. Their name is Solon. Requested an opportunity to meet you when you weren't busy.
I will keep it in mind. Thank you.
Will there be anything else, Captain?
Not for right now. I'm waiting to hear back through the subspace relays. Once that comes in, I will have 20 new pads for you.
I'll be on the bridge if you need me, Captain.
Thank you so much.
And she turns on heel and exits the ready room.
Captain can have a little 10 forward. As a treat.
So we'll cut to you walking into 10 Forward. Walking into 10 Forward is interesting because not only do you stand out for the fact that you're a captain, but you're 6'5".
You're so tall.
And there it is.
With those shoulders and that 6'5"-ness.
So tall.
Contractually obligated. That's fun.
Immediately, some of the crew members, it's pretty empty in here right now, as most people are trying to take advantage of their time.
They're taking the short leave on the Starbase, and I'm drinking. Yeah.
But you see a couple of civilian staff moving through here, and you see at the bar, clearly Vulcan, on full display, the ears. Long black hair that cascades down the right side of his body, their body, I should say, and ends about mid-arm, I suppose. They're wearing very vibrant colored tunic and sort of like a long, I wouldn't characterize it as a skirt. From the way that it flows out and it's pleated with multicolors, it would almost resemble sort of a stylized hakama would be the best way to describe it.
The
Nice.
pants, like samurai pants. Just so that you're aware, and just so you can prep for this, I'm going to ask what they're wearing every time they appear.
Oh,
same.
So just remember that.
So
And
hot.
a lot of what I'm throwing at you has been inspired by the Oxford fan art that's already been
Thanks, Jess.
As someone who has played gender fluid character, Pinterest now,
yeah, yeah.
Pinterest early,
Yeah.
Pinterest often.
All day or a day.
So as you approach, two things stand out. I mean, you had heard that the bartender was Vulcan, but as you're approaching, you're getting a snapshot of somebody who is uniquely individual and is clearly not your typical Vulcan.
Right, no, I remember over the, at least 2-3 weeks ago, there had already been started some discussion about the Solon aboard ship.
And as you were stepping into 10 Forward, the smile across the effeminate features of this Vulcan and that sort of twinkle in their eye as they see you enter, and they are setting down a glass and they cross their arms with a warm expression on their face as you approach and says, "Captain."
I'll sit down and let them think of it.
Was it Azuri?
You remembered. I'm touched.
I have been doing what I can to find out what your favorite drink is.
Wow. Investigators. I had understood this to be an exploration ship, not an intelligence mission.
Well, what is intelligence but an exploration for knowledge?
So much more and unfortunately so much less.
I unfortunately don't have that kind of experience, but I can make some very good drinks.
Well, the first thing you need to do in intelligence captains. You need to cultivate assets. You need to find someone who might tell you what the captain likes to drink.
In that case, I'm on my way to becoming an intelligence officer.
You think you found an asset?
Unless she lied to me.
I lean a little closer. They.
Exio. Let's just say your first officer wants to make sure her captain is taken care of. And I'm quite good at starting friendly conversation.
All evidence to support it.
So,
Keeping secrets from me. My goodness. I shall have to note it as in their favor.
what brought you to Starfleet?
So we start off light.
That's not a light question?
I'm Orion. I'm not from here.
Orion? They look you over.
I know, I hide it so well.
I did notice something different. Something you don't typically see in a captain in Starfleet.
It's the height.
I don't know. I've met some pretty tall Bolians in my life.
I've heard they can't crack XO. First officers, seen the tall ones all over the place. Captains, not
You
so
cracked
much.
captain pretty well, it seems.
I had help. I guess we all do, but
First Orion captain in Starfleet.
yeah, very newly minted. All the more so you couldn't have met many like me.
Everything that I've learned about being a bartender on this ship in just the short amount of time that I've been here, I have learned that I have never met anybody like anybody here.
Then we did our job right.
Judging from what I'm told about this ship and who's running it, I would agree.
So what is the word in 10 forward these days? See, now I'm cultivating an asset.
The word in 10 forward. The scuttlebutt.
The
as they
10
like to say.
forward, yes.
Well, are you asking about crew morale?
Let's start there, sure.
Well, the crew's pretty excited to be on shore leave, which I think I run a fine bar, but I don't blame them. A month of space travel can get anybody a little pent up, and the holodeck definitely helps with that. But I think there's a certain charm to seeing something new.
Hence exploration.
The crew seems excited. I would say excited.
Good.
How are you feeling?
I look forward to doing our mission of exploration. We'll get there.
Can I make an observation? And they set down a glass.
My understanding is that that happens with or without my consent, so
Typically.
you may observe aloud.
Particularly in
nonetheless.
a bar. And they begin to pour a blue mixture into the glass.
My understanding is that as drinking increases, observation acts in inverse direction.
Depends on your tolerance level. And from what I am understanding, Orion physiology, you can drink most people at the table.
The 6-5 also helps.
Definitely. Slides that drink and says, try that. It's not something you've
That is tart!
My observation with you is that you are still getting used to not playing it too close to the chest.
Well, captains have to have a certain something.
Sure.
But yes. I wasn't always an exploration. We all know that.
Whispers on the ship are that you worked in intelligence.
Then someone else in the ship has cultivated assets.
They lean back, and the two of you continue talking back and forth. An occasional laugh as you start getting a sense that Solon is definitely not your typical Vulcan.
I don't know why you say that.
Exio,
Yes.
tell me what's happening.
Well, I mean, I can't do it right now. There's simply not enough time today. Literally, the shore leave is over. I know most of the crew are already drunk. It's just not the time. I want this to be a pleasant affair.
Okay.
But I'm really excited, and I want to run to the captain.
Okay, so you're gonna introduce.
Yes, I need someone to talk to about this.
Solon is about to open their mouths when they spot.
This one is much too bitter.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that you had company. I can come back later.
No, this is 10 Forward. It's all about company here.
Here's company. Thank you for keeping us company. Sit.
Oh, you did go with the tart drink. I said I wouldn't like that one very much.
I like throwing paint to the canvas and seeing what pictures get made.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
So, I know I told you. Did I tell you? I can't remember. It's a very exciting day. The crew morale.
Yes, we've been discussing.
Oh, really good. Well, it turns out not so great. There is some competition brewing amongst the engineers. There's a competition. Well,
Robot Fight Club.
What? There has been
Inside check.
Go ahead, make a roll.
Yeah. Give me momentum. I have sense motive on this.
Okay.
So.
Oof, those dice.
Difficulty is 1.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 successes?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you covering for the engineers, Solon?
No, Solon.
The engineers don't go to 10 Forward. They're too busy.
The expression you get from Solon is that
Okay.
Solon's. It doesn't. You don't get the impression that Solon is trying to deceive you. Solon apparently is actually kind of surprised to hear this.
All right. Cool.
And is listening intently.
Continue.
Well, I brought up that there might be some competition. There seemed to be some hostility growing between the two sides. You know, the warp cores, they tend to show off now. And I've also heard rumors that there was a possible robotic stress testing club. I don't know what that means, but I don't like the sound of it. So I think that there might be a way to combat this pent-up, energy that is slowly growing on the crew, as I'm sure people are going a little...
Right, 3 days
Too much
shore leave
time.
is lovely, but we're about to embark on the rest of the trip.
This is
And
true, and
it's
most of
gonna be
them
a long
drink
haul.
the whole time. And I imagine, which would be much less if we can do that on the ship as well. If there's some way that they can feel that they relax on the ship as well. So I thought we could implement this one tiny thing with your permission, of course, since the pavilion is not currently being used. Whenever it isn't, maybe there's some way that we can have crew members submit holidays of their local cultures or religions that they would like to celebrate and share with everyone. I thought that would be a wonderful idea, and my best idea, there is a very beautiful Bolian holiday coming up in a few days, and I think that would be really wonderful as a way to unite, specifically the engineer crew,
I think that
around their chief.
is a wonderful
Yes.
idea.
Have you ever heard of La Lubelle? La Lubelle! It is a beautiful holiday.
You'll have to send me the details.
I will. Right now.
Exio literally waves her hand and you hear this recognition pop up on your data pad.
Everything I've read about this holiday has brought me nothing but, I guess you'd call them tingles.
Am I going to read into it and find out that there's some cannibalistic ritual at the end?
Absolutely not. Sorry
I'm
to
sure it'll be
disappoint.
great anyway.
Someone's just listening with a smile and says, "Oh, I know about it. Yeah."
It's wonderful. Basically, it's sort of like... I'm sure you're familiar with Valentine's.
Yes.
So this is sort of... It's nothing like that. It is... but it's sort of a giant ruckus party for loved ones. It's a Valentine's for loved ones. You make as loud a noise as possible so that no matter where they are in the universe, whether past or present, they hear it. Isn't that wonderful?
The acoustics in the pavilion will be very live.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, this sounds like it's going to be fun. Solon just gives a big smile.
Yes. So that everyone on the crew can honor their loved ones wherever they may be.
And remember the other role of intelligence. Secrecy.
Tell no one. It's a
I'm a
surprise.
bartender. I don't hear anything. I just serve drinks. And Solon gives you both a wry smile.
For what it's worth, I liked the tart one.
That's worth quite a bit to me. It was nice to finally meet you, Captain. Exio.
Good to see you again.
And they move down the bar as they
I'll
start
see you at Lullaball.
See you there.
You have to mind that intelligence. I'll teach you more about tradecraft. And we're gonna make our way back up.
What have I done?
The doors open, and you guys leave 10 forward. Where are you headed?
I think we're probably going to head up to Ready Room and start to organize a shenanigan.
Yes.
Okay.
A ruckus shenanigan.
Actually, to the pavilion.
All right.
I think.
Yes.
Is there a pavilion
I need to
in
start
the promenade?
adjusting.
Is there?
Sorry.
Is there a pavilion in the promenade? Is that what we're
can see that.
establishing?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Doctor, as you step back into Sickbay,
Yes.
the again, a lot of the staff has just kind of filtered out of here, so there's not a lot of people. The Sickbay is pretty much empty when you walk in, which you know that with the multiple sickbays on board the Ross, there's a lot of staff being shuffled around. Those who are cycling out to for shore leave, those guys head back on.
We're mostly taking care of hangovers. It's an easy job.
You step into the sickbay, just kind of rubbing your forehead a little bit, and you realize you're alone in here. There's no staff. There's no anyone. There's no anyone.
Jesus.
Oh, fuck. Captain,
Yes.
our new personnel is out and about without checking in.
There are a bunch of...
Dr. Wellix.
What?
Exact. I'm not sure how he's awake.
Captain DePrawl!
And that's where we're going to stop. That is where we're wrapping up tonight's game.
We had one job.
Hey, I knocked him out, and it's not my fault.
It wasn't your one job!
Crawl?
Not your job.
Oh, that's true.
That was a great game, you guys.
Yes.
Great session.
I have apologies to make to one certain Anthony.
I'm sorry.
Alcohol.
How dare
That was
you?
perfect,
It was
though.
perfect.
That was perfect.
It was great.
That.
I'm just a shitty person.
You're my shitty person.
You were transgressed against and you lashed out. Just at the wrong person.
Thank you.
I thought that was fucking rad.
It was great.
Bummer. It was rad.
Yeah.
Good choice, yeah.
Hashtag rad bummer.
Rad bummer.
Bummer.
Seemed pretty clear.
Red bummer. Yum.
That is going to do it for us tonight, you guys. That was another great session here in Clear Skies.
Yeah.
Wait, is Ren on the ship? Is he okay? I mean, okay.
Ren?
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows where Vren is?
Anyone who says location of Ren,
Yeah,
which
it's
no
true.
one did.
Assuming you know where that's, you'll find this
You
community.
know where your
nothing
combat
else.
is.
He's hitting the nip.
Yeah, he's hitting the nip.
Back away from my knee.
Great game, everybody. Thank you so much for all of these incredible,
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
dice.
Just credit tonight.
October
Thank
and-
you.
Ooh,
Yeah, mine
nice
crit
credit.
tonight as well. Thank you.
wow.
And our dude,
Awesome.
our
Oh, yeah!
Yeah,
Oh
Orwell.
my gosh, that's amazing. I'm gonna bring Puppy Tard next week, and they can meet.
Oh my
Bring Puppy
god.
Tard.
Wait.
Yes.
Did you read the tag?
Oh, no, what?
Orwell, USS Ross, Lieutenant Lecat.
It got better.
So in case it gets on another ship.
Because of time constraints, we weren't able to read letters live tonight. We apologize for that. We are definitely reading them when we go off the air. So thank you so much. Definitely stay tuned for our special thanks we have waiting for you as the show wraps. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will catch you here, of course, on Monday of next week as we continue our journey towards the Shackleton Expanse, the last leg of the adventure, a month-long travel across Klingon space.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
I mean,
Um,
I could continue to put my foot in my mouth.
No.
We'll definitely catch you back at the same time next Monday night. Until then, everyone, stay whimsical as always, and Haley frequencies are closed.